did, yeah. And how could they judge me, oh, when they
They're
don't know.
setting Dylan Gabriel up
Look
to
at
take
what I
the biggest
started.
L out of
Look
the
how
country.
far I came, dog. I ain't had no guidance. I just did my thing, dog. I just went my hardest. And I'ma go hard regardless. Yeah, I'ma go hard regardless. Yeah. Renting my check, I rent on my bag, I did what I did. Yeah. Renting my check, I rent on my bag, I did what I did. Yeah. And how could they judge me, oh, when they don't know. Look at what I did, look at what I started. Look how far I came, dog. I ain't had no guidance. I just did my thing, dog. I just went my hardest. And I'ma go hard regardless. Yeah, I'ma go hard regardless. Yeah. Renting my check, I rent on my bag, I did what I did. Yeah. Renting my check, I rent on my bag, I did what I did. Yeah. And how could they judge me, oh, when they
They're
don't know.
setting Dylan Gabriel up
Look
to
at what
take
I
the biggest
started.
L out of the
Look how
country.
far I came, dog. I ain't had no guidance. I just did my thing, dog. I just went my hardest. And I'ma go hard regardless. Yeah, I'ma go hard regardless. Yeah. Renting my check, I rent on my bag, I did what I did. Yeah. Renting my check, I rent on my bag, I did what I did. Yeah. And how could they judge me, oh, when they don't know. Look at what I did, look at what I started. Look how far I came, dog. I ain't had no guidance. I just did my thing, dog. I just went my hardest. And I'ma go hard regardless. Yeah, I'ma go hard regardless. Yeah. Renting my check, I rent on my bag, I did what I did. Yeah. Renting my check, I rent on my bag, I did what I did. Yeah. And how could they judge me, oh, when they
They're
don't know.
setting Dylan Gabriel up
Look
to
at what
take
I
the biggest
started.
L out of the
Look how
country.
far I came, dog. I ain't had no guidance. I just did my thing, dog. I just went my hardest. And I'ma go hard regardless. Yeah, I'ma go hard regardless. Yeah. Renting my check, I rent on my bag, I did what I did. Yeah. Renting my check, I rent on my bag, I did what I did. Yeah. And how could they judge me, oh, when they don't know.
What is going on, everybody? What is going on? Let me make sure my stuff is good. I made it back. I'm in the studio, so I gotta make sure everything is good. Let me make sure it's good. There we go. Looks like we got Deshaun Watson speaking right now.
Look how far I came, dog. I ain't had no
Going
guidance.
on. Let me
I
get this
just did my
down.
thing, dog.
Here we go. Get my life together, y'all. Let me get my life together over here. What is going on? Just made it back. Just made it back. Let's see. How we sounding? Let me check this out. All right, we back. We back. We are back. We are back. We got so much to talk about. I don't know how long this stream is going to be. This stream is going to be however long it has to be. I'm just going to let y'all know we are back, and however much time we need for this stream, we're going to use for this stream. That's how much time we're going to use. So, I'm gonna go through and I'm gonna greet everybody. I gotta tell y'all this quickly though. So I get my baggage, about to head to the car. I look at my phone and ESPN Cleveland on IG said Browns named Deshaun the starter. I'm like, what? You know, when you first see something, you like, okay, they pranking me. That's what it has to be. They got to be pranking me. This cannot be real. This cannot be real. It was real. So I went through some emotions. I went through shock initially. That's the first thing I went through. I was shocked. I was like, what is this? And I was like, why? Like, what are we doing? Then I started to think back to the last 72 hours that I had, and I had to face the reality of what a little birdie told me on Saturday. I had to face reality, y'all. I had to go through it. I had to go through it. Y'all know me. I'm gonna let y'all know what it is. Oh man. Let's start this thing off right. We got to do how we do. We got to greet everybody. I know I am very far behind, so I'm going to make this very quick as I run through and greet everybody. What's going on, 13 Pro Kyle? Hurry up, man. What just happened? I don't know. I don't know. What's going on, 13 Pro Kyle? Daisha, what is going on? This is this is what's going on, Daisha. We're gonna work our way through it. I'm gonna let y'all know where I stand on everything, and also I want definitely hear from y'all. I definitely want to hear from y'all. Craig, what's going on? Good morning, D and chat fam. What in the world is going on here? Guess we had Monken wrong. He didn't give orders. He just takes them. You on to something? What's going on, Tool Man? What is going on? What's going on, Tool Man? Shout out to you. I'm working on the intro. I got you by Wednesday. I got you. Maya, what's going on? I love that D changed the title of this one. I made the other thumbnail, and I made that I made it with my heart, y'all. I'm like, it's a wrap. We just watched what we watched on Saturday. It's over. They're gonna name Shador the starter. We just watched Deshaun melt at the podium. We see where his mental state is. I just knew that they were gonna be naming Shador the starter, and they didn't. They did not. So we're gonna work our way through it. Welcome to the Cleveland Browns moment. This is what it is, no matter what, evidently. Talk to him. And I'm gonna tell y'all something. Y'all know I've been big on Coach Monken. I didn't give Coach Monken the nickname because I viewed him as a straight shooter. I would believe 80% of what he said when he first got here. That went down to 70% of what he said. I'm below 50% right now at this very moment. At this very moment, I am a believe 50% of what less than 50% of what he says, because of his last two press conferences. They have not went well, and it's things that maybe I missed from the excitement of having a new coach and him being different than Stefanski, but I just see some things that I can't unsee. I just see it. I can't unsee it, y'all. So I gotta let y'all know. Black Pearl, what's going on? Good afternoon, everyone. I don't like the decision, but I'm trusting in God. He has the final say. They are setting Deshaun up for failure. The same thing I said a year ago about Dylan Gabriel. They're setting Dylan Gabriel up for failure. This is Dylan Gabriel 2.0 circumstances and situation. They're setting him up for failure, and if you don't learn the lesson the first time when you bump your head, if you got to learn it the second, third, the fourth, the fifth time, it's just going to be way worse. It's going to be way worse. So, hey, we going to work our way through it. Tika, what's going on? What's going on, Harris Room Sports? I'm in disarray, man. Who you telling? I needed quiet time. Something else, man. The decision is disappointing but not surprising. I would agree with that. The Browns are going to be the Browns, and I believe that the Browns were not going to be the Browns, and they said, no, we always the Browns. So I got to believe them. Keith Hunt, Jersey in the building. Good afternoon, D and beloved chat. What's going on, Keith Hunt? Glad to have you. Let me make sure I get everybody, but I got to kind of go kind of fast because I am behind. Hi, everyone. Hope everyone is doing amazing. Disappointed, but sometimes seeing true colors will serve you in the future. I'm sure Coach Prime and Shador eyes are wide open. What's going on, CO7111? I agree with you there. What's going on, Misty? Glad to see you. Haven't seen you in a while. Saw your comment the other day. All politics. I don't think Watson wants to play. He's already got their money, and Shedeur is going to get a complex and end up not wanting to play for this pathetic organization. It's gonna play out in front of us. It's gonna play out in front of us. What's going on, so motherfucker? What up, D Dog Pound Big Dog? That's exactly how I was looking when I got the news. I was looking just like that when I got the news, just like that. What's going on, Jackie? Good morning. What's going on, Laurie? Glad to have you. Let's see. Not to mention the rest of the team. They aren't going to be okay with getting their booed every home game. Sickening, for real. It's gonna be a disaster. It's gonna be we gonna watch a train wreck, y'all. ICD still trying to get his thoughts together. I had about 20 minutes of going through it. Then I was doing technical stuff on the back end. I'd have restarted this stream 3 times. If y'all only knew. Miss K, what's going on? Good afternoon, everyone. This isn't a bad thing. I think it'll work out. It'll play itself out because now, when Shedeur is the starter, what are the hoops can they put in front of him? I honestly thought the presser did him in. What a disaster. The presser was so bad today, y'all. It was so bad. I want to go home and fix me a drink. I feel you, Tika. Live gratefully. What is going on? That was me. Miss Brown, what is going on? Good morning, everybody. This organization was never trying to make Shedeur a franchise quarterback. They're just playing games. I can't even defend them. Look what they doing. Browns tried to ruin my morning, but it's not going to work. I'm definitely monking. I'm looking at monking. Yeah, I got to watch monking. I have to. Tessa, what's going on? Well. What do we have here? A whole lot. Loretta, what's going on? Welcome in. Keith Mathis, what is going on? Welcome in. What's good? Off the Record family, happy Monday. What's going on, Keith Mathis? Zedric, my dog, what's good, y'all? Happy Monday. 2-week trial run, but that crash and burn fast. You can't hear me? Can y'all hear me now? Hopefully y'all can hear me now. Shanithia, what's going on? Good morning, family. Sitting here in my 2 jersey. I will survive, for real. We're going to get through this. I hope everyone is doing well. What's going on, Rashida? Browns using Shedeur for clicks and engagement. Face everywhere. Has to do all the interviews. Shaking my head. It's crazy. Thank you, God, for discernment. I got up off that Jacksonville ticket for a reason. When you've had people move funny, you can tell when something will go left. Yeah, Key Mathis was not playing. She said, hey, y'all, I'm putting my tickets up for sale. I put them up for sale. I hope Watson does well to mess up Cleveland fantasy of drafting a QB in 2027. I think that's going to play out the same way drafting one in 2026 did. I don't think it's going to be an opportunity. That's all God says. I would have rolled it out and been angry because of my decision not to sell. Yeah, you got to bought them things quick. They're using both Shedeur and Watson to tank, preparing for next year's draft. Man, you can't lose yourself into nothing good. What's going on, Charmaine? Glad to have you. What is going on? Glad you made it back safely. I appreciate that, Zedric. I appreciate that. Definitely hit the like button. Tool Man says boo. The Boo Bird's going to be out all season and on the road. Get back in the swing, D. Man, let me tell you. You already know it, Craig. They do not care about that man's mental health. Setting him up. They set him up for failure. They set Deshaun Watson up, man. He's not comfortable with what's transpiring. I'm telling y'all, this is Dylan Gabriel scenario 2.0. Deshaun Watson will get cracked, and when he does, we'll be waiting. It's crazy. What's going on, Beast Mode? Glad to have you. I appreciate that, Black Pearl. Thank you for the welcome back. This is crazy. Woosah, y'all, for real. We all knew the outcome, honestly. Yeah, it was just trying not to accept it, I think. I'll just say yes. we in here however long it take today. I got you on the 80-inch with the superior surround sound. I need to hear what you got to say. I got a lot to say, man. A lot. Rashida, what's going on? No matter what happens now, the Browns are screwed. I think they're playing with this season. You should have got back on the plane, D. Should have went to. I did fly back, but I should have went back and tried to get in the press room. I need to ask a question, Coach. Man, I don't think you're a straight shooter for real. I changed my mind. D, were you getting the ding ding from our Patreon message? As soon as I took my phone off airplane mode, that thing was like, I was like, 47 comments. What's going on? It was crazy. It was crazy. Shador is the future, so I'm not mad. Just let it play out. It's gonna play out for sure. It's going to play out for sure. I appreciate you, Black Pearl. Let's see. I'm still about 8 minutes behind, but we're gonna do this thing right. We're gonna do this thing right. Let's get this on the screen. Let's go here. Oh, shout out to y'all. Y'all been hitting. Shout out to y'all.
God. Wow. I got money.
Let me get my bearings back in order. I've been using a laptop, different mouse, all type of stuff, y'all. But we're gonna do this thing right. We're gonna do this thing right. Let me extend this. Here we go. We're gonna do this thing right. Bring this down. Here we go. Let's bring this up some. Then we'll bring it back down. There we go. All right. Y'all ringing the Cash App, y'all. The Super Chat, I should say. Shout out to each and every one of y'all. Shout out to Black Pearl. Welcome back, D. We got time. Let's have a family talk. Oh, we gotta have that today.
What's up? What?
We have to have a family talk. Everybody got to get an opportunity to get it off their chest today. They have to. We're not rushing today. No, not today. Not today.
Oh my God! Wow! I got money.
Come to Off the Record D, where we gonna read your super chats. Your voice is gonna be heard. My contribution to today's therapy session, as I am sitting here in my number 2 jersey. Yes, we gonna get through it. We gonna get through it. We gonna get through this together. We're gonna get through this together. Appreciate you, Shanithia. Shout out to Harris Room Sports. I appreciate you.
Oh my God! Wow! I got money.
Harris Room Sports says, tears in my eyes. Yeah, I processed it quick. What this told me was this was not a competition. Remember I told y'all that Saturday we would find out if Deshaun went out there, and I was like, if you just look at the football, it's no way you can tell me Deshaun Watson's high wasn't as high as Shador's high. And then Deshaun Watson's low was way lower than Shador's low. So I was like, if they doing this based on football, we straight. What we learned today is the same way I was going at Ocho Cinco must have got good information from somewhere, because he said the whole time, even through Deshaun playing this way, that Deshaun was going to start. So what this tells me is this was not a football decision, and this is why they look so crazy. This was not a football decision. That was the confirmation for me today. Shout out to Tiger 84.
Oh my God! Wow! I got money.
I'm sick. I went through the phases. I went through the paces of feeling how I feel. Then what I started doing is I started backtracking and trying to figure out, like, how did we get here? Because that's what I want to know. How did we end up in this spot? And I think the path is there. How we ended up here. That 2 years in a row, we were told that this was a real competition and this would be decided based on football. And the thing that confirmed that this was not a real competition was, if you watch that press conference that Coach Monken had today, he walked up there laughing, oh, just go, with the questions. Then, as much as he's willing to talk about football, when they asked him football-related questions about why he and whoever made this decision, he started yapping. He was all over the place. Todd Monken has a tail. When he is talking football, he can tell you, oh, this, call out this play, this guy's going to do this, and this is how we want it, this is how we want this done. His tail, where I'm not believing more than 50% of what he says, is when he get to yapping on a basic question. When he gets to yapping on a basic question, all bets are off on whatever he says after that, because it's not going to make sense. It's not going, and I saw that today. I saw it today. This was not a football competition. It wasn't. I was the fool. I assumed that this organization wanted to be taken seriously. You have every single major outlet saying Deshaun Watson can't be on the team, and you have this team saying this is our starter. And then we gonna get to Todd Monken. We gonna get to let me not go off on a tangent. We gonna get to Todd Monken. We gonna get to Todd Monken. We gonna get to him. Shout out to Keith Hunt. I appreciate you.
Oh my God! Wow! I got money.
You don't understand.
D, my football knowledge has been insulted. I agree with you. That's why to me, this is not about football. This was not a football decision. Going into Saturday's game, before the game, I was speaking to people and I was holding out hope that they were just going to make the football decision. Then we watched the game and I said, they're going to make the football decision. Then we watched the press conference and I was like, they made this football decision easier. Then we get this news today and I'm like, this is not a football decision. And then in the press conference, the lead content creator said, can you explain the things that people don't see when you say operation, cadence, and all that stuff? This man got up there and said, they're not in our building. I'm not no dummy. You're not going to try to play me like no dummy and say I need to be in your building to know that one person had more false starts. You had to call more timeouts because they couldn't get a playoff. You not going to call me no dummy and act like I don't know that that's not a better operation. That's not going to work for me. That's not going to work. This was not a football decision. It was not based on football. When somebody took a delay of game, you called a timeout in that game, and then in this Saturday's game, you had to call another timeout because they couldn't get the play ran, and you telling me that's the one with the better operation? When did the better operation happen? It was reported in training camp with fans there who are watching. Both of them had issues that y'all are saying y'all saw in practice. But when it comes to the game, one has issues, one doesn't, and then you're going to try to gaslight me and tell me that I wasn't in the building, so I don't see it. I didn't watch you call a timeout. I didn't watch him take the delay of game. I didn't see none of that stuff. I made that up. I'm the only person in the world that saw you had to call a timeout 2 times for him in 2 different games, and you had to call a delay. They got a delay game. Come on, man. That's why I got to believe less than 50% of what you say. Because when you get a chance where you can stand on what you did, stand on the decision, and I'm not separating this decision from nobody. I'm not really saying Ty Monken didn't make this decision. I'm not saying AB didn't make this decision. I'm not saying Jimmy Haslam, JW. They all made the decision. If you work for the Browns organization and you are at the head coach level and up, you made this decision. Nobody get a pass. Nobody get a pass. It's on all of them. It's on all of them. None of them get a pass. Sorry. We're going to control this thing, but let's keep it going. Let's keep it going. Shout out to Through the Fire Podcast. It's been a minute. Glad to have you back. What's going on?
Oh my God! Wow! I got money.
Browns fans should boycott home games. They are taking Shedeur good nature for granted. You know what they're going to do? They're going to boo every single time Deshaun Watson steps on the field. they're going to have to answer questions about booing for the entire season. They're going to show up and boo. They're going to make a point to boo. You're going to have away teams, fans booing him to throw him off because they want their team to win. They're going to be there. They're going to boo this man to the end. I told y'all on Saturday, if somebody is doing something and it bothers you, you got to get over it and not go tell the world that it bothers you. They are going to boo this man when they walk into the bus. They're going to boo this man when he walk into the plane. They're going to boo this man in restaurants. They're going to boo this man out the city. And the Browns could have avoided this if they made a football decision. They did not make a football decision. They didn't. This is not based in football. And you can't gaslight me and hit me with the you wasn't in the building. Don't hit me with the you wasn't in the building. That's not going to work. That's not going to work. If you stand on what you did, poke your chest out, you go to that press conference, you go up there, they ask you that first question, why did you decide to make Deshaun the starter? And you say, because I believe he's a better quarterback today. Don't dance around it. Say it with your chest. Put all the energy into it. The same way you said other stuff. The same way you say this tick you off. The same way you stood firm on other things. Say it with your chest. Don't play the little game of, well, I just believe that he gives us the best shot for the first game at Jacksonville. So is this a full season decision? Well, I mean, I'm not really trying to go from, week to week and I don't know if it's always going to be this quarterback. Come on, man. What you doing? You don't even believe in what you're doing and what you're saying. Nah, I listen closely. I listen closely through the Fire podcast. They specifically asked him 2 questions about it. We're going to go through it. I told y'all, we got all day today. He did not say it with his chest. He did not. That's why they asked him the question if this was for all of the season. If you're going to be a straightforward person, I shouldn't have to read between the tea leaves. If you are straightforward, be straightforward. If you are not straightforward and I got to treat you like Stefanski, I will treat you as such. But you don't get the benefit of being straightforward when you want me to believe you. And then when you want to play games, I just got to act like, well, it's part of the job. No. Either you're a straight shooter or you're not. And at this point, he is not the straight shooter that he portrayed himself to be. He is not. And if it makes somebody feel some type of way because I'm saying that, oh well. I can only go based on what you present to me. You present a straight shooter and you start getting shaky. And now you just went somewhere else. You went somewhere else with it. So we're going to listen to it. I told y'all we got time. This stream is going to take however long we need to take. We're not going to rush through the presser. We're going to listen. And we're going to hear what he say. He did not say it with his chest. He didn't. He did not. I appreciate the support, though. I appreciate the support. The ownership wants Arch Manning, who was a bust in college. This is diabolical. If that's the plan, man, count me out, man. Count me out, man. We ain't even. I'm not gonna turn this into an Arch Manning stream, man. But hopefully he can have a better season. He got a lot of stuff to work on. But if you were throwing away another season, another year of these men's lives that they're putting their bodies out there, just for somebody who's unproven, come on, man. What are we doing, man? What are we doing, y'all? What are we doing? Thank you for all the support to start this thing up. We gonna get to it. Let's see. What we want to do first? This is what we gonna do. This is gonna be order of operation today. Order of operation. We are going to listen to the press conference. We're gonna listen to the press conference. After the press conference, I got some voicemails from Patreon. We're going to listen to the voicemails from Patreon. I didn't get to preview the voicemails, so look out for me, y'all. Hopefully it ain't no music in the background or any of that stuff. I'm going to play the Patreon voicemails. After that, we're going to do members only. For YouTube, and then we're going to take our time. We're going to take our time and get through it. Hey, what's going on, Art Jizzle? Yeah, they donezo, man. They're donezo. All right, let's get to it. Thank y'all for all y'all support. I appreciate y'all. Also, thank y'all for y'all patience. Thank y'all for y'all patience with me getting this stream set up and us starting this thing later. So I appreciate y'all. I appreciate y'all. Yeah, I'm out. I'm out. Hey, if you expose who you are, then I'm out, man. I'm out. When you was being a straight shooter and you wasn't playing the games, I was with you. I'll ride with you, but I'm not gonna be out here looking crazy because you take a left turn and you driving down a one way. Hey, I'm out. I'm out, y'all. I'm out. I am out. I think the first time we saw it when AB alluded to operational issues, then Muckin lied about Miles, and then he never talked about Deshaun Watson technical problems. Last presser was icing on the cake. Yeah. The last presser, this one today, and it started, well, it's been starting. When he had the whole situation about the rep thing and he just made it worse, and that was the started. That's what started. Let me out the car though, for real. Let me out. That's what started. And now this right here, this didn't make it no better. But we gonna go through it. We gonna take our time. We gonna go through it. I didn't like the way this thing started, y'all. I'm gonna tell y'all, man, before we even get to it. I'm gonna let it play. I'm not gonna keep cutting it off, but I gotta get it off my chest. I didn't even like the way this thing started, y'all. I did not like the way it started. I didn't like the way it started. I did not like the way it started. Where this thing started at? Look at this, man.
Everybody's really in tight today. Pretty big crowd today. All right. Fire away.
Why?
What's new?
So the word is out that Deshaun, explain your decision.
Deshaun is going to start against Jacksonville. Took in the full body of work over the course of offseason to training camp to the games, the joint practice, and ultimately felt like to start the season on the road, Deshaun gave us the best chance to move the ball and score points. I mean, that's really what it's about. And felt that way going into the last game, but wasn't sure. And after we talked as a staff and after we re-looked at everything, we're going to go that direction.
Is this a week-by-week?
Where is the evidence? Where's the evidence, man? Like, you just going to tell me that he moved the ball better and he gave you the ability to score points. Where's the evidence? Do y'all only have this evidence? Are y'all the only ones that have this evidence and nobody else has it? Because nobody has reported that he has consistently been able to move the ball better. Unless you're talking about the 7-on-7 touchdowns. Unless you're talking about that. Like, where the evidence? Where is the evidence, y'all? I'm out, y'all. I'm out. I'm out, man. I'm out. This is, come on, man. This is the thing, man. Don't gaslight me. Like, if you, I don't mind if, this is the thing. I don't mind if you don't agree with me. I don't mind if you got the final say for the decision. I don't mind if you take it however you want to take it. But don't gaslight me, man. Don't gaslight me. Don't gaslight me, man. Don't gaslight me. Then yesterday's press conference, he's talking before the Bills joint practice. He said that he did not. Before the Bills practice, he said that he valued the game more because in a game you actually have consequences. Then after the disaster that happened in the second half of Saturday's game, then he said, "Well, I'm weighing what happened in the Bills practice more than what I'm weighing this." So it wasn't the desired outcome that you wanted. The person who you expect to do better didn't do better. Like, come on, man. What we got going on, man?
Thing or
No, we're not anticipating this being a week-by-week thing. Again,
Now listen.
I think Shedeur has done a great job. Come a long ways.
He said we are not anticipating this to be a week-by-week thing. This is what I got to do. When I took you at your word, I let you slip through the cracks with some stuff that was looking kind of funky. Now, I don't take you at your word. Now, I'm dissecting every single part of it. And because now I got to go what my gut tells me. My gut tells me I shouldn't believe you. So now that my gut tells me this, I'm going to treat you accordingly. Now I got to treat you accordingly. So Remember I said he didn't say it with his chest? First off, the answer that he gave for why they decided on him was whack. That was a whack answer. Now you saying, well, this is not a weak thing per se. Okay, let's see if he holds true to that, or let's see if he moves off of that stance. Let's see. These are his words. I didn't tell this man to flip flop all over the place. You would think he was riding down a slip and slide. I didn't tell him to do this. He went up there as a grown 60-something-year-old man and he danced all over this stuff. That's on him. That's on him.
And we're excited about his future. But this is not a week-to-week decision.
Was it hard making that decision between Watson and Sanders?
For sure. I mean, any decision where it's so close, right? Both guys competing their rear ends off. I mean, it is a hard decision, right? I mean, it's not a hard decision to start Jared Verse at defensive end, right? That's easy, right? But that's what we're paid to do, try to put the best players on the field that give us the best chance to score points and move the ball.
All right. So when y'all don't score no points and y'all don't move the ball, then what you going to do? Because y'all haven't done that. Have y'all noticed that? Have y'all noticed that? Oh, man, this gives the best. Okay, we're going to see. We're going to hold you to that. And also, Ty, you said, I ain't going to be disrespectful, call you Ty. Also, Coach Monken, you said you don't like people booing you. So should we boo you too if your offense ain't moving? Hey, I'm just asking for a whole bunch of friends. We want to know how we got to deal with you moving forward. That's what we want to know. So, y'all, hey, we just going to break it down.
Feels like maybe you're flexible with changing if things don't go the way that maybe you anticipate early?
I don't anticipate.
All right, here we go. Here we go. This is the first opportunity to listen to if he's going to hold true to what he just said less than 2 minutes ago. Less than 2 minutes ago in this press conference, he said, I don't anticipate this being week to week. Okay. Let's see what he says here. Let's see what he says now.
That being the case, but that's what we do. This isn't that question is not a quarterback question. It is everybody's position, right? Every single week we have to prove it, right? That's what we do. As pros, we have to prove it every week. It doesn't matter what position. Ultimately, we expect him to play well, or we wouldn't be starting him.
All right. So you get your first question. You follow up. Well, ultimately, if it doesn't work, then we got to make the decision. So you already are not standing firm in it. You already are not standing firm in the decision that you just made. You're not standing firm in it. You're not. Oh, the hedging is bad. How you hedge your bet from the beginning? He hedged his bet from the first day he bought the stock. He told everybody, I believe in this company. He told everybody that I'm going to keep this stock for 100 years. The first thing he did was hedge his bet. 10 minutes in, he hedged his bet. Come on, man. What you got going on?
Is there something that Deshaun did specifically to separate himself from Shador?
I wouldn't say anything specific.
All right. He has another opportunity. Explain yourself. Is there anything Deshaun did specifically to separate himself from Shador? The first thing he said is, I wouldn't say anything specifically. What are you talking about? I've been in a position where I've had to pick between two candidates. I've been in this position before. There is always something you can stand on that leads you to go one way or the other. The reason why you can't say nothing specific is because you have to say, I made this decision and it was never real. It was never real. And instead of saying that, you saying, well, it wasn't that specifically. So what made you decide? What was the deciding factor? His love for the game? The fact that he was melting at the press conference? The fact that he couldn't get the ball snapped on plays in the preseason? What was it? Which was it? This presser made no sense, y'all. It made no sense. It made no sense.
I would not say that. Again, just on the road, operation, right? Our ability to function. And again, it was close. I mean, like I said, I feel really good about both quarterbacks. I do.
So if it's that close, Todd, I think there's a line of
Okay. On the road. On the road. On the road. Playing on the road was a deciding factor. Not how they play. Not how they perform. It's a road game, and that came into your decision to name him the starter? Coach. I'm trying to maintain a line of not being disrespectful. I'm trying to. But I need you to look at Shador's first start was on the road last year, sir. What are you talking about? What are you saying? This doesn't make sense. Playing in Jacksonville on the road, he has started games on the road last year. His first start in a terrible situation where the coach wouldn't say his name was a start on the road. What are you saying? Am I tripping? Talk to me, y'all. Tell me, am I tripping? They're giving you opportunities to clean this up. You are not taking any opportunity to clean this up. I'd rather you just come out here and say, I made the decision because I think he's better. Instead, you're not standing on nothing. This is not a straight shooter. This is not the straight shooter that I thought we were getting from his press conference. This is not. This is not the straight shooter. We only 4 minutes in, y'all. We're only 4 minutes in. 4 minutes in. And this is 16 minutes.
thinking this is why not go with a younger guy that might have a brighter future? So I guess what was keeping Shador from getting this job? Did it come down to that operation?
Some of it was that. There's a number of things I'm not going to get into, but ultimately we felt over the course of training camp and the offseason that he was ahead of Shador. Shador's closed that gap, I mean, for sure, and that's a credit to him. And we look forward to, again, Shador continuing to grow as a player, but ultimately we're about week one. That's all it's about, is week one. Putting our best foot forward over the next 3 weeks. As I said the other day, we're only halfway through training camp. Still have this week, got next week, got the whole game prep for Jacksonville. We really haven't game planned anybody in the preseason, so our ability to game plan and get ready for Jacksonville, I'm looking forward to it.
Okay. So you're not willing to say what made the decision. You're not. Then you say he was ahead. You can't say specifically what he was ahead, what he actually did. So then you have situations where you say the operation was better. Hey, I'm not no dummy, man. Don't gaslight me. I know what operation means, sir. I know what operation means. That's why I'd rather you not even play all this, not do all this yapping. Just go out there and say, I made the decision because I feel like it was the best for the team. Also, did y'all hear what he said there? Initially, he said Deshaun's going to be the guy. Then he said, oh, it's going to be because it's on the road in Jacksonville. Then they said, is this a week-to-week thing? And he said, no, this is not a week-to-week thing. Then he just said, we only worrying about Jacksonville. This is the only thing on our mind. You just gave 4 different answers, man. You gave 4 different answers. I'm going to tell y'all. Early on, I said, he has tells where you can tell when he's telling the truth and when he on some other stuff. When he is telling the truth, usually when you ask him a football-related question, he will just say his answer. It's clear. It's concise. He doesn't have to over-explain. When he is answering these questions, he is so vague, he is not willing to stand on anything he is saying. Everything gives him an out where he can just get out of it. This is not who I thought this person was. I was fooled. He fooled me. You fooled me. But now I got to treat you like Stefanski. I'm going to treat you like Stefanski. I'm going to break down everything you say. Every moment I feel that you were doing something else, I'm just going to call it out. I'm going to call it out. When I was listening to him yesterday on the Zoom, I was like, nah, that ain't it, man. That ain't it. I was like, that ain't it. That ain't it. We are 5 minutes and 10 seconds into this thing, and this couldn't have went worse for him so far. If you're going to be the man, say it with your chest and say, I'm the man, I made the decision. He is not willing to do that. I hope y'all are seeing what I'm highlighting. He is not willing to just stand on his decision. He's not willing. He's not willing.
On the road, do you mean the challenges a road game presents, or
100%.
being away from the home fans?
No, I mean, what a challenge is of being on the road. I'm just worried about the first game. I mean, it's really about being on the road, operation, silent cadence, right, opening the season. Just felt like that was the right way to go, and that wasn't the only criteria. It was just a piece of it.
Coach, we watched them play on the road. Deshaun Watson had operational issues in Chicago. When they just asked you about operation, you said you made the decision because the first game was on the road. You then said, on the road, operational issues, you believe that one person can do better. When you played on the road and Deshaun Watson was a starter, he had operational issues. The questions are really low. My bad. The questions are really low. What are you saying? What are you saying? What he's saying doesn't make sense. That's what it is. He's jumping around. It doesn't make sense. It does not make sense. It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. When y'all think it's something that gets to me, I'll tell y'all what gets to me. When you just try to insult my intelligence, when you just try to gaslight me, when you act like we didn't watch it. We watched this. We saw it. We saw the issues. This is, man. This is ridiculous. This is ridiculous. This is ridiculous, y'all. We're going to take a break. We're going to hit some of these super chats. This is. This ain't it, y'all. This ain't it. This ain't it. This ain't it. Don't try to. And I haven't even got to the worst of what he's going to say when he started talking about, like, nobody's in the building. They don't see what's happening and all this stuff. Come on, man. Come on, man. Come on, man. JB Smooth.
Oh my God! Wow! I got money.
But he couldn't move the ball against the threes, though. Come on, man. Like, this is not football, man. And for you to keep trying to make it seem like it's football and play vague, the people sitting in front of you don't know football. That doesn't mean the people who are watching this don't know football. This doesn't make football sense. That's why he just all over the place with it. That's why he everywhere.
Oh my God!
It don't make no sense.
Wow! I got money.
What's up? What's up? What up?
Did I hear that correctly? Did he just throw Shador under the bus? I no longer like Coach Muckin. I see you. I can't unsee it, y'all. I can't unsee it. That's why I kept saying the better thing for him to do was just come and say, I made the decision because I feel like he's the better player that's going to help us in game one. And don't every time he start yapping, it gets worse. Every single time it gets worse. It gets worse. It gets worse. It's like, come on, man. What you got going on, man? I appreciate y'all support. What you got going on, man? What are you talking about? What are you talking about? Nobody is believing this. Nobody is believing this. And we only 5 minutes through this thing.
Seemed to run away with this quarterback competition. It just felt like it was uneven throughout. What, for those that don't understand the football decision to start Deshaun?
All right, here we go. I'm gonna try to max this out so y'all can hear the question. He is asking him for those who don't understand the football decision to start Deshaun. He is going to give him an opportunity. He's going to give him an opportunity to explain this in a football way. Let's go. He's giving him an opportunity.
What are they those folks aren't seeing?
Well, again, it's the day-to-day. What they're not seeing is the film. They're not in our building. So they're not going to know what we know. Now, you can see with your own eyes, right? You can forecast what you expect it to be.
Coach, do we see it or do we not see it, man? Do we see it or do we not see it? Which one is it, man? Which one is it? Do we see it or do we not see it? You can't even stay on the same side for your own answer. Do we see it or do we not see it? Which one is it? Listen to his answer. I'm going to round it back. Listen to his answer. Listen to his answer. It don't even make sense.
Folks aren't seeing.
Well, again, it's the day-to-day. What they're not seeing is the film. They're not in our building. So they're not going to know what we know.
Okay. They're not in our building. They're not seeing the film. They're not going to know what we know. Okay, cool. You see more than me. But what does he proceed to say after that? Let's take a listen.
Now, you can see with your own eyes, right?
What am I seeing? You just told me I couldn't see it. What am I seeing, y'all? What am I seeing? You just told me I couldn't see it. You said I couldn't see it. I'm not in the building. Are y'all hearing this? I'm going to tell y'all. Y'all want to know why I'm going so hard at him? I'm going so hard at him because I don't like when people play in your face. I don't like it. Don't play in my face. I'd rather you just be exactly who you are so I know exactly how to treat you from the beginning. That's what I want. That's what, hey, I just want to know from the very beginning how to treat you. And now I got to treat you differently. What he is saying don't even make sense. It don't make sense, y'all. Well, they're not in our building. They don't see the film. They don't see what we see. Follows that up with, well, they got eyes so they see. Come on, man. What are we doing? What are we doing, coach? What are we doing? Which one is it? Which one is it? Talk to me, man. Tell me, do we see it? Do we understand? Or do we not? Which one is it? Because this ain't adding up, man. This is not adding up. This ain't adding up to me, man. This ain't adding up.
Oh my God!
It ain't adding up. It's not. It's not adding up.
I got money.
Sorry, that was real loud in y'all ear. My bad. But it's not adding up, man. It's not adding up. It's me again. Shout out to you, Black Pearl. Newsflash: Monken is lying. Look at his body language. Monken went out sad with this one. This is terrible, y'all. This is terrible. This is terrible. I'd rather you not say anything than paint yourself in so many corners. Do you know this is recorded? You know we see you, we hear you. Do you realize that? What's going on, mofo? If coach really wanted Deshaun as QB1, then he definitely eats chocolate pudding with his bare hands. Man, he got something going on. Like, it don't make sense. Say it with your chest. You made the decision. Ride with it. Ride with it. I don't have to agree with the decision, but ride with the decision that you supposedly made. Ride with it. Stand on it. Say, you know what? When we was in Bills practice, we had this many false starts. We had this many operational issues. We had this many times where it was the wrong read. Say it. Say that. Say what it is. Don't play the game. Just say what it is. I mean, did you see what Shador went through? Did you see what fans went through last year? Do you think you think anybody with feelings will be hurt based on what we've been through? No, nobody's feelings will be hurt. Say what it is. Say what it is and stand on it. Stand on exactly that.
Oh my God! Wow! I got money.
Coach, what you're saying is don't believe our lying eyes. Okay, got it. For real. That quick. He flip-flopped on it. if you have more information, just say, look, it was this many reads, or it came down to this many times we did the right thing. Or say, look, it's my decision and this is what I made, and stand on it. Don't dance around it. Don't play all these games and try to act like we can't look at operation. Do you realize this is the internet age? You realize they were live streaming your whole practice? You realize that, right? Like, come on, man. This is a bad look. It's a bad look. We're not halfway through it yet. The game Thursday, a home game. Yep, it's a home game. It's a home game on Thursday, and he changed his mind on who's gonna play. I'm trying to tell you, playing in my face is not safe. So I'd rather disconnect than saying something out of character and be embarrassing. Jesus. That's why I'm just going to break down what he says. That's why I say, look, I'm trying not to be disrespectful to you, but man, you're making this hard. You're making this hard on me. I'm trying to keep it based on football and the football decision, but you're not even willing to speak about football right now.
Asked what you expect it to be, right? A number of those people weren't even in practice. So I don't really concern myself with what they really think. I know what we think and what we see every day in our building and our players and the momentum we have, and we're 100% behind Deshaun.
How much did you take into account the fact that the fan base really is not in Deshaun's corner and that they seem to love Shedeur? Did this come up in the discussions at all for you guys?
Absolutely.
I'm going to tell you, this is where he is not in tune with why people have issues with Deshaun. This is he is acting like, oh, it's because Deshaun was bad. No. The issues that people have with Deshaun, they don't have nothing to do with Deshaun really on the football field. They don't have nothing to do with that. And it's people who have booed Deshaun, and they said every time he plays, they're going to boo him. And they're going to let it be known that they don't agree with him being on the team. That has been since day one, since the Browns traded for him. This is not just a play better thing. That's not what this is for Deshaun. If it was a play better thing, he would need to play better 3 years ago. At this point, this is not a play better thing. Read the room.
Absolutely not. Zero. There was nothing to do with that. I mean, ultimately, the fans want us to win. I mean, ultimately, put a good product on the field. That's really what they want, okay? And so that's our job as coaches, why we're hired, to try and put the best product on the field. And when we don't, then I understand their frustration. But ultimately, they don't decide who plays. I mean, who would I be if I let someone outside of the building decide who plays?
Coach, you just told me I'm not in the building, so you have more information. Guess what? I get to say that to you. You're not out here with the fans. You can't speak for what we want. And all of us individually can want something different. You see how that works? So if I just use the same thing you try to play against me, I just use it against you. You see how that works, Coach? See how that works? Every time he get the yapping, he is being willfully obtuse. Every time he get the yapping, disaster.
I know you said that press conference from Saturday from Deshaun wasn't going to factor into the decision, and I know you've talked about how important mental toughness is in quarterbacks. So looking at the entire body of work, what makes you confident that he has that part of it for you guys right now?
Well, I said it yesterday, like he bleeds like we bleed. 22 months of working to get back, giving himself another opportunity for the Browns, okay? So that I respect. And sure, was he hurt? Yes. But I also said yesterday, okay, I don't like being booed either. I don't like when we jump off sides 3 times at the end of the game, okay? But we earned that, right? We earn our respect by how we play. We earn our fans' right? In terms of appreciation of the product we put on the field, and that's our job. So on one side, I 100% understand where Deshaun is coming from, but ultimately, we're pros. I mean, we got to put on a good product, and we got to play. You got to pull your big boy pants up and let's go play.
Todd, glowingly about how Shador has gotten better as the offseason's kind of gone on. What was the conversation kind of like with him about the decision, and what was kind of your message to him as he
He was awesome. I mean, you talk about somebody that really understands the long game, that really, I think, has come to understand the long game, right? What are we really in this for? What am I in it for? To have the Browns be an organization that people aspire to be, right? The long game, right? Where do we want to be in the long term, right? Whatever that, and he understands that as well as a quarterback, right? Where he was at, where he's at now, where he wants to get to. That is what's so awesome about Shador understanding that. Really, he does. We met this morning for a good long time, and all he had was a smile on his face because he understands what really is in front of him, not really a short-term, maybe long-term decision. I mean, this is like a player, like he's going to work his butt off to get better, and he has already.
Can you say, did you inform the quarterback privately or as a team?
Oh, it was privately. I met with Deshaun, and then I met with Shador.
Did you then address the team?
I did not.
Todd, just with Shador, obviously Deshaun's going to get the lion's share of the practice reps as you work through the season. How do you work to get Shador reps in practice so that he can continue his own development, in case,
Well, that's a great point. I mean, we do have we have this week a couple of days. We have a few days next week where we're still Browns on Browns. Mm-hmm. And then we'll turn our focus the back end of next week and the following week on Jacksonville. So we still have reps where we're running our offense.
Mm-hmm. Shout out to Marie. Now he's a toddler. Pull up your big boy pants. Say what now? For real. Also, Bud Gordy didn't address the team speaks volumes. Yes. Because if it's just a team there, Deshaun got to deal with people not agreeing with this decision. So the weak way to handle this decision is to not address the team. Let the team just hear. Let the team just hear it. Just find out. Why not address the team? Man, oh man. I told you this was bad. This was bad. This was not a good look. This was not a good look for a person who started to gain some trust. This was not a good look, y'all. This was not a good look. It wasn't good. Last 72 hours have not been good for him. It's not a good look.
Oh my God! Wow! I got money.
Shout out to Shanithia. Come to Off the Record D, where we gonna read your super chats. Your voice is gonna be heard. He is effing lying. Shador is not happy about this decision. You're full of crap. A little birdie told me this decision on Saturday. And my response was, I hope they make the decision based on football. I'm holding out hope they're going to make this decision based on football. I'm not going to try to speak for Shador. I will say, maybe this was not a shock. Maybe this was not a shock. That's what I'm going to say. The team will lose respect because of this decision. It don't even make sense. This decision is crazy. This is crazy. He said the team will make the decision. Yeah, now he just opened himself up to be exposed, and everybody's going to put a microscope on everything he says. I don't think Monken should have made that comment. That's nasty. He been tripping. Andrew Berry, lightweight, lied to us too. I said I'm putting this on the whole organization from the head coach up. I'm putting it on all of them. I don't have a way to separate on I don't have a way to separate it from being this person, this person, this person. So I'm blaming all of them. They always say they make the decisions together, so you got to wear the decisions together. I will say this. I'm gonna make this very clear. I am not rooting for Deshaun Watson to not succeed. Let me repeat this. Make it very clear. I am not rooting for Deshaun Watson not to succeed. I do not see him having success based on these circumstances. And the thing that made me lose hope of him having success was his performance at the podium on Saturday. So I'm just make that clear. It's the same way I felt with Dylan. I did not root for Dylan to not have success. I did not think he was physically capable. And I just let it be known. And I don't think Deshaun Watson is mentally there to lead the team based on what he showed on Saturday. I'm not rooting for his downfall at all. I'm just telling y'all what I think. Todd Monken is not as big as he led us to believe that he is. I agree with that, Keith Hunt. D, are you saying Shedeur knew this on Saturday? I don't know if Shedeur knew this on Saturday. Like, I can't speak for Shedeur. I will say, a little birdie told me this was the decision on Saturday. Before the game started. That's all I'm going to say. I said, hey, I'm holding out hope they're going to make a football decision. Little birdie said it's a done deal. That's what little birdie told me. So I don't know. Maybe it was just this person's gut telling them this, but I'm just letting y'all know that's what a little birdie told me Saturday before the game started. D, we knew and suspected this QB show event was a fraud from the beginning. Yeah, they didn't do any favors. They didn't do anybody any favors. I would have asked if he took a team vote. Oh, you know he didn't. He don't want the answer to that. Monken damaged himself in more ways than he understands. I totally agree with that. This is about preservation at the QB position, and there has never been a Rushmore bust with a black QB. I'm just not rooting. Yeah, I'm not rooting. I just don't see it. I heard people are acting out in Berea, screaming down the streets and throwing things. I don't know if they screaming and throwing things. But the dislike for Deshaun from some Cleveland fans, it don't have nothing to do with Shedeur, and it was there before Shedeur ever was drafted. So if people want to tie this to Shedeur, I think they're going to be wrong. It was a dislike and a disdain for Deshaun years ago, from some fans. Coach Monk has lost the locker room. Yeah, I said this will destroy the team. Misty, I agree with that. The whole team will be miserable. They have to listen to the boos. Just sad. They are not thinking about that.
Oh my God! Wow! I got money.
Shout out to Misty. I agree. They're putting the team in harm's way. They're putting young players in harm's way because of this decision. And they're going to get booed. They are going to get booed. It's just what it's going to be. They're going to get booed. They're going to get booed. They're going to get booed. So I don't think it's the right decision. This was a Jimmy Haslam decision. If Deshaun gets injured, then Haslam will feel internally justified. Man, I'm blaming all of them. They are all of them. If you work for the Cleveland Browns and you are the head coaching up, I'm blaming you in part of this. I'm not dividing it up. Y'all all can get the smoke because y'all made this decision collectively. They made this collectively. Deshaun Watson doesn't take any accountability for his bad play on the field. Just blame other people. I think Monken told Shador behind closed doors what the owner wanted. I don't know. D, did you see my message to you on X? I did see that. And Laurie, wouldn't that match with what the little birdie told me? Laurie, wouldn't that match with what the little birdie told me? I'm like Boog. I want him to do well in life, but don't want him to ball out on the field. That's why I said I really appreciated Boog saying that, because it's other people that feel that way too. I think Shador knew because he played free. He was balling, smile on his face all the time, knowing Todd Monken is a backstabber. I'm no angel. He isn't RD. Let the script writer in the sky write the script. But every QB competition I have ever seen that picked wrong lasted less than a month, because you see it real quick. Because you see it quick. Can the birdie hold a presser and give us the real deal? I'm not a journalist. I don't have journalistic integrity, but I got my own integrity I hold myself to. So the little birdie is anonymous. The little birdie is anonymous. So they sent Deshaun out there as a smokescreen for Shador fans. I believe they thought that he could get through the quarter and it wouldn't have been terrible. That's what I think they thought. I think they thought he could just make it through the quarter and it would have been okay. And it wasn't. It was not. It was not okay. So I think they're like, oh, it's the third string versus their third string. You should be able to move the ball, put some points on the board, and it wasn't good. And do y'all remember on Saturday I said it seems like maybe he's mad because his plan backfired, and his plan backfiring could have been Deshaun just looking so bad. Shador said in his press conference that he's the guy that can get the ball downfield. Monken said Watson can get the ball downfield. I wouldn't be surprised if Shador knew. Yeah, I'm not speaking on. I'm not putting that out there on Shador. I don't know if he knew or not, but I don't know if he knew or not. But Shador handled himself well. Just think about it. Monken had to give Deshaun Watson a shrink session to get ready for QB1 for real. When did he score points? I'm trying to find out. Maybe he was scoring points and we didn't see it. So we're going to repeat the Joe Flacco and Kenny Pickett trade into the season. Maybe. Emory Hunt broke it down. What's going on, Dr. Clyde Marshall? Yeah, I saw Emory Hunt. We got time today, man. I got time if y'all got time. We can get to Emory Hunt. Yeah, he knew at least by yesterday. He knew he wasn't the QB. Shiloh and Bucky brought it up on Shiloh Live. Yeah, I think the little birdie was right. Well, we know the little birdie was right at this point. Man had a full breakdown in the post-game presser, for real. I got that feeling when Shador was doing the sideline interview that he already knew. It's possible. I am 100% rooting for the Browns to fail outside of playing Shador. And I don't knock you. I don't knock you for feeling that way. Remember Coach said the team will pick the quarterback? Yeah, he just talking. Just talking. Only person 1-4 is Judy, for real. Well, we're about to find out how much of this is about mental health. I don't want to hear it after the fact. Yeah. Hey, you got to live with the results of the decision that you made. They are trying to force a circle into a square. If Deshaun just played bad and didn't have a bad presser, then I could say, oh, it was one really bad game. But the presser was awful. Deshaun Watson said, forget the fans. Yeah, it was really bad. When does the national media all get on the same page and say they probably just need to cut Deshaun? The entire national media said that. Not one person said, let's figure it out. Let's wait. Let him make him the starter. No, everybody said he got to go. And then the Browns said, no, he's going to be the leader of the team. Yeah, okay. Okay. I can't wait for Tampa Bay. They're prepping to fire Mr. Berry when they win 2 games this year. Yeah, I don't like it. I don't like it. Lamar path to the Super Bowl just got easier. Yeah, because you can't play these games. I know. Did they bet not put Shador on the podium? Yeah, don't put Shador on the podium. Nah. Let your starting quarterback be the one to speak to the team. Remember, backup quarterbacks don't speak to the team. Your starter got to deal with this. Y'all believe in him. They got to have the responsibility of the job. They got to have the responsibility of the job. Yep, Laurie, it does match. It does match. I guess Shador's pick on Instagram wants to let us know he is at peace. He's straight. Said, I'm going to be good. Yeah, Todd said the team will pick the QB. Y'all can't keep giving Monken the benefit of the doubt. Man, it ain't no benefit of the doubt. It ain't no benefit of the doubt. It ain't no benefit of the doubt. Let's see. Yeah, I can see how Shador was celebrating everything. If Deshaun couldn't mentally handle books on Saturday, how do you think he will handle this next phase, which could spin him out of control? I believe this is setting Deshaun up. And just think, they said Shador shouldn't be just handed anything, but yet they did the opposite to Deshaun. For real. Couldn't even get in the field goal range. Couldn't. Backfired on Monken. If Monken is the man he say he is, I don't believe he left Shador hanging. I trust that he let him know that this is the owner's decision. Hopefully you let him know something. They gotta have him watch the game from the house Thursday. Yeah, don't show him on the screen or nothing. If Shador had a lawsuit against the league and the Browns for abuse, slander, destroying the rookie's career, I say checkmate after today. I was off the train during training camp when he switched up. It was obvious they were coddling Watson all camp. Yep. Just wait. AB about to pull another rabbit out his hat. Hey, we gonna see. Don't be surprised if Watson, Judy, Gabriel are gone mid-season. Shador is going to be like, I'm just here so I don't get fined from here on out. Yeah. Well, he don't even got to do press now. So that's even better. He don't even got to do press. I hope they consulted Shador about his decision and told him the real reasons. I don't know if it's any real reason you can say. I mean, because what he's telling us don't make no sense. I seen a video from 2022 of Jaguar fans booing Deshaun in Jacksonville. They may boo him again, and I wonder how he respond. They booed him. That was the preseason, and they took him out the game. Kevin Stefanski took him out the preseason game. I bet them cameras going to be in Shador's face just like last year, asking him how he feel about not starting. I hope that he just decline and don't speak to him. Don't speak to him. I wouldn't tell him nothing. I wouldn't talk to him. Cleveland media views going to spike for a week, then decline. Fall off a cliff. All right, let's finish this up. Larry, I'm going to play the video that you played as well.
Right, so that's where he'll get the development. The hardest part is, you are exactly right. Once we get into game week, Deshaun takes all the ones. So he's going to have to do a great job in individual, film study, and then when he gets opportunities to go against the defense, again, people run a lot of the same.
Years ago, I had a manager promote an unqualified person, and after it came to us to ask how we felt, I said, there's nothing to say at this point. It has been done. I believe Shador's smile was similar. Yep. Yep. I've had that situation. When I was in recruiting. I was on one of our main contracts, and then they would pull me, and I would recruit for a bunch of different places. And when the main contract I was on, when I had a management position open to run that account, they didn't even talk to me. They gave it to the person who I was helping get his work done. And they knew I was helping him because his metrics, he wasn't hitting his metrics. It was nothing to talk about after they gave him the position. What are we going to talk about? It's nothing to talk about. It is nothing to talk about at that point. You made the decision. D, if what Monken is saying don't make sense, that's why he was following orders from Haslam. He could be, but if you are a coach and a team claims they want you, and you are the head coach, one of the first things you negotiate is, I'm making a decision on who play. I've seen countless coaches say that they're making a decision on who plays. And that held up. Oh yeah, so we're gonna get to. That's why I told you we got time today. I did see he was speaking. I didn't watch it yet, so we're gonna watch it together. it's been countless coaches who they announced that they had agreed to terms, and it took a long time for them to sign a contract because they go in negotiating the power and the leverage to make the personnel decisions. His former head coach that he worked under as an OC did that with the Giants. So it's not like he couldn't say, look, part of what it has to be in my contract is I make the decisions. If you went in and you accepted the lesser terms, then that's on you. So even if he is taking orders, how did you watch the guy who you just worked for? How did you watch them make his decision that way, and then you not make your decision that way? Perennial losers, now I see why. Interception Watson let fans get in his head. 2 picks a game. Watson, the dog pound, is going to have a field day. It's not going to be nice. D, who is our backup team? Well, I don't think I'm going to pick a backup team in the AFC. I usually like to go NFC. So if I'm picking a backup team, it's either going to be, I know this is a sore spot, it's either going to be the Rams or maybe, you know what? Nah, forget that. I'm going to pick an AFC team. I don't know how CJ Stroud is going to respond, but I like the Houston Texans. I like the Houston Texans. I like the Texans. That's who I like. DeMeco Ryans is one of my favorite head coaches. So that's, if you want to go NFC, I would go Rams. If you want to go AFC, I would go Houston Texans because I really like DeMeco Ryans. So he be running scout team in the regular season. I don't know if we can believe it, but I remember early on, Coach Monken was saying that the 1 is going to get all the ones with all the reps with the 1s. The 2 is going to get the reps with the 2s. So we'll see. We'll see how he does it. We will see. I see why Harbaugh wanted him to go to New York instead. He saw it before it happened. Facts. And if you didn't negotiate it, then that's on you for not negotiating it. I'm a little behind, but years ago, I was passed over for a promotion for a more qualified. I'll read it when you repost the Lipstick Junkie. D, I had 2 federal jobs. I saw many people fail up. Yep, it happens. It happens right in front of us. Let's get, I think we're going to get to potentially the worst answer that he offered here.
Concepts, right? People run 4 verts. They run curl flat. They run flood concepts. That's no different what we run. So how are you going to play that out in your mind? What is that on the card that is exactly what we do, and then process and play it out like it's a real practice rep?
Todd, after the game Saturday, Deshaun Watson was asked, in relation to the response he got from the fans, he was asked if he could defeat the negativity, and he said, I don't know. When you met with him, did you guys talk about that?
We did. We talked, I'll keep most of what we talked about private, okay? But the conversation was like, the way we make this go away is to play good football. Like, we got to own that. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you think, I asked him, hey, do you feel like you got that off your chest? Because you got to feel like you got that off your chest, right? And now what do? Let's move forward and work our rear end off at playing winning football. And that's it. And you guys get a chance to talk to him. And again, it was at the moment. We all have those moments, okay? And we're going to see moving forward. I have gotten no indication over the 6 months that I've been here that he doesn't have the ability to bounce back as a player and compete as rear end. I have no indication of that.
That's an L, dog. That's an L. You are speaking to him like this is not the NFL. You are speaking to him like he is your son, who you are coaching through rough things early on in life, like their first corporate job or something like that. You are not coaching him like this, the NFL. You're coaching him with kid gloves. That is what you were doing. You were seeing everything through the lens of kid gloves, and it's obvious. It's obvious. How do you feel? How do you feel? Huh? You think this is about football? This is not about football, man. This is not about football. They don't see it. Read the room, man. Read the room. Coach is missing the mark on the totality of Deshaun's issues. I see what you're saying, D. He just missing it. He is missing it. Tell Monk, stop changing the subject. Why you hating? Stay on point, Coach. How you going to turn this turd into turd sandwich? I definitely don't want no turd sandwich. I don't want that. I'm behind, but years ago I was passed over for my first manager promotion for a more qualified person. 6 months, she was gone, and suddenly I was ready for the job. For real. Happens at the post office all the time. That's why I made it clear I'm not rooting for Deshaun to fail, but his mental state does not give me faith and belief that he can handle what he's about to go through. And it seems like because they've moved on or people close to him have moved on, they're just saying, just move on. Just play better. The problem is he can't play better with this weighing on him. He's not going to get to that point. That's what it is. I don't like the narrative that has been insinuated that Shedeur wasn't qualified to do the job. Monken is providing protection for the vet, but leaving the rookie out to dry. Yeah, it's not making sense. It's not making sense. We always hear about this front office being collaborative. That's bull. Their dictatorship. Shake my head. Browns is the Browns. Hashtag New Cleveland, I guess. Yeah. It'll be hashtag New Cleveland when Shedeur is out there. Until then, man, they the same old Browns, and I was rooting for them not to be the same old Browns. Deeper than football, been deeper since the first of the allegations came out. Yes, and they just act like that don't exist. They did nothing close to what the Bears did, so they're probably going to win 2 more games than they did last season. I may have to go with the Falcons when they meet the Browns. Man, oh man. Man, oh man.
And we talk about him coming up the learning curve.
Shedeur went through a lot last year. He never went off at the podium. The only thing he did was mouth his words and not speak. That's a fact. He handled it 1,000,000 times better. And if you just look at like what they're trying to present is, oh, he handled it so well. Maybe because he saw it coming. Maybe he was like, dang, it seems like the feedback I'm getting, even when I go out there and perform, is not coming true. Asante, I agree with you there. Ownership, don't GAF what the fans want. I agree with you. And that's why they're going to deal with the consequences of it. Because people are not going to pass up the opportunity to show exactly how they feel about Deshaun. And then they think throwing a touchdown is going to make it go away. That's not going to make it go away. That's not going to make it go away. It's not going to make it go away. Touchdown's not going to make this go away. Some people vowed when Deshaun Watson, we traded for him, they would never root for him. It was clear. It was clear. You're not switching those people over. Those people are not just going to start rooting for him now. It's not going to happen. Missing the mark.
Figuring out cadences and getting in and out of the huddle and those kinds of things. Sometimes people misinterpret it.
I agree with you. I agree with you there, Asante. I agree he let Shedeur know. But I also believe that even when they did speak with Shedeur, he probably seen it coming. Like everybody, one thing that nobody can say didn't happen is they took the reps from Shedeur, his 1 reps. They took the reps from Shedeur. Once they did that, even if you accept it, even if you don't outright, say something bad or negative, you noting it, you paying attention to it. You like, that's odd. Then you probably get an explanation like, that don't add up. They gonna see. I think ownership is underestimating the fans' feelings of power. I agree with that because now they're out to embarrass you. They don't understand. Like people think that the only way you get back is to not show up. Nah, when the Browns was losing, you know, when the Browns went through that 1-31 stretch, people showed up. You know what they did? They put bags on their heads to show people, like, you got to do better. This is garbage. This is garbage. They're going to show up with more desire to embarrass the Cleveland Browns with making this decision. It's going to happen, y'all. Why did they trade Baker to begin with? I'm new to the Cleveland drama. So the Baker situation, Baker was in a contract year where he could have extended off his rookie deal. He injured his shoulder, and he wanted to keep playing, and Kevin Stefanski did not call plays to protect him playing through an injury, and it fractured the relationship. So then they said, we can win with Baker, and then they went and got Deshaun, and then Baker said, I'm not returning y'all calls. I'm never playing in Cleveland again. Then Deshaun said, I don't want to go to Cleveland, and they said, we'll give you a fully guaranteed deal, and he said, okay, I'll go to Cleveland. So that's the short version of it. That's the short version of it.
I think as that we're saying, or you're saying, that he doesn't have the capacity to learn all that stuff. What do you say about how, maybe how far he's come, or his ability to learn and pick all that up, and how he's doing in that space?
Well, that's not true. It's just the understanding of how important it is to the collective group, the other 10. He is the epicenter of our communication. Then the center is. So the understanding of they're there listening to you, right? Being crisp, concise, on point, right? Once you get into the huddle, I've got this, I'm in charge. That's us as well as coaches, right? How do we get that out of players? Anything that we do, be it a quarterback, be it another player, it's our job as coaches to maximize our measurable skill set. That is a we thing, not a me thing, not an individual thing. So we're all in that together. He is certainly more than capable of that, and I saw today he was even better.
Just yapping. Just yapping. Let's we only got a couple more minutes of this. Then I'm going to show y'all what Laurie sent me, and then we're going to hear our voicemails from Patreon after that.
Now that you've settled on this quarterback decision, how much effort has to go into turning 4 quarterbacks into 3 for the roster?
Well, we're going to get a chance to see it Thursday night. I'm excited for Dylan and see Talon. We went through the first couple of games, the way we went about it. Talon did a great job over the course of time with limited reps and going against the Bills, really executing our offense at a high level. So I'm excited to get him out there and see him play.
Neither Deshaun or Shedeur on Thursday night?
They will not play Thursday night, either one of them.
Did you have a change of heart in if you're going to play the starters? It felt like early in the preseason or training
I did. And I talked to Coach Vrabel. We had talked about initially like wanting to play our starters and get them a series or two. They really hadn't played their guys, but we both felt like we were thin, especially up front on both sides of the ball. And we just felt like, we'd be better off not playing our starters in the game Thursday night.
I know you said it was your decision yesterday. Mm-hmm. You were making the decision, but I'm just curious, did you consult at all with Andrew Berry or anyone in the front office, or did you just this morning just inform them that was the decision?
Well, I think any major decision, right, is an organizational decision. Ultimately, I have to make that call, right? I guess if you said, hey, the decision on trades or free agents that we bring in or contracts, ultimately Andrew would have to make that decision, but those are organizational decisions, right? That's the way it runs, and that's we talked about it. We did. We had conversations about it, and we landed on this.
Is there enough time in the preseason for Malik Collins to be ready for game 1?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I saw it when he first showed up. I mean, he was doing box jumps. I was like, he's ready now, for God's sakes. I was kind of bummed he wasn't out there for 3 weeks. I mean, he looks great. I mean, holy cow. I mean, impressive for the injury that he had and his work in the offseason at his age as a vet. It says a lot about him, how much he loves football, how much he loves the Browns and his teammates. Awesome.
Todd, Quinshon, do you expect him back on the field today?
All right. That's enough of that. That's enough of that. He just yapping. He just yapping. He didn't do himself any favors with how he's speaking, so we're gonna move off of that. And he is, and we're not buying that. We're not buying what he's selling. We are not buying that. Let me show y'all something. I got this for you. Let me get this set up so I can show y'all. All right, let's see. I got something to show y'all here. All right, I gotta change the size of this so y'all can see it. All right, I'm just gonna be off screen for a second. This is what Laurie sent me. Let me make sure we got sound because sometimes X sound do not be loud. Let me see. Let me turn the okay. I got the sound up for y'all. Here we go. This is Bucky, and this is Shiloh.
So you got some inside scoop, I know. When do you think they're going? What time do you think they announcing the news, bro?
Oh, that I have no idea. We all know the same thing. We all know the same thing, Kenzo. I'm waiting just like you. Regardless, I appreciate the Browns.
You said what?
Regardless, I appreciate the Browns for showing love.
Yeah, bro, you do get full access, bro. They let you film it like it's Colorado.
Did y'all see it? Shout out to Laurie. Shout out to Laurie. Shout out to Laurie. Still finding ways to take refs off Shador. Why should he play Thursday? But I guess they can't afford to see Shador play great again. Yeah, they can't do that. Monken is now a part of how I feel about Cleveland media. He has no longer enjoyable to listen to. I can't unsee it. I can't unsee it either. Once I saw it, I said it's out there. I see it. I can't unsee it. So let me just show y'all this. Where is it at? About right here.
I have no idea. We all know the same thing.
We all know the same thing. You see what it is. You see what it is. So, hey, do what you do
We
with
all
that.
know the same thing, Kenzo. I'm waiting just like you.
Do what you will with that information. But y'all see how Bucky responded, and y'all see how Shiloh just like, all right, I see. What's going on, Brent? Buenos tardes, D in chat. What's going on? What's going on, Brent? All right, let's get to. I don't know if anybody spoke besides Deshaun today, but let's look and see. Then we got Emory Hunt. Here we go.
Yeah, they're fine.
Everyone ready? Good. First off, I want to address the comments from Saturday after the game. I think just
For real, Zedric. Hey, it's gonna be a facial expression. It's gonna be a head nod. It's gonna be something with your eyes. You just, hey, hey. You see what's going on? You know what I'm saying? Say something like that. This makes no sense, Brent. It makes no sense. This is a disaster. I'll say it again. I'm not rooting for Deshaun Watson to fail, but I believe they have put him in a position where he is going to fail. This is very similar to how I felt about Dylan Gabriel a year ago. I just see it replaying itself. That's how I feel. I'm not going to run from it. If I end up being wrong, I'll be wrong. I was wrong about Monken. I thought he was a straight shooter. He's not a straight shooter. I'll just be the first to tell you I was wrong. So I have no problem coming up here saying I was wrong. I was wrong about Monken. I see him differently now. He is maybe 2% straight shooter talking football. The rest of it, he is playing the same game that Stefanski played. So another one.
You know, human nature, just myself being very emotional, putting a lot of time these last 2 years to, you know, get back and, you know, spend time in this facility, in the city, meeting a lot of different people in the community. You know, I thought I was going to get, you know, a little different response, but, you know, I think, you know, my emotions got the best of me, and, you know, my comments wasn't intending to go at any of the fans around in the city, because there's been a lot of great fans that have been supporting me, and I know the frustration. This organization have put, you know, a lot of investment in coming, you know, to get me back in 22, and things haven't been going the right direction that we thought it was. You know, a lot of injuries, a lot of time off, and not putting the best football and my foot forward. So again, just, you know, I understand the frustration. I understand everything that kind of goes into that. You know, and moving forward, I just want to focus on football, making sure that, you know, I'm putting the best product out there, having the best ability, you know, because I thrive off the energy. I thrive off the energy of the fans. I thrive off the energy of the community. I thrive off all that stuff. You know, I think looking back in my history at Clemson and, you know, previous at the Houston organization, you know, I was a big community guy, big city guy, big fan guy, you know, during the game. So, you know, again, my emotions got the best of me. I'm human. I take full responsibility of that. And, you know, just moving forward, I want to make sure that I put the best product for the team, for the organization, and for the city, so we can put a lot of wins and make sure that I celebrate and put Cleveland on the map. You know, and that's why I put the helmet on my head and I put the uniform on my body, is to go out there and make sure I put my best foot forward. And that was one of the reasons why I chose this city, is to come and you know, have a lot of wins with this community, with this city, and make sure that we, you know, on the right track, so we can have a lot of, you know, celebrations and a lot of excitement to go each and every Sunday. So again, you know, moving forward, you know, I just want to make sure that, you know, I can give the city something to, you know, think about, you know, in the first 2 games, and you know, when we come back home, that we have something to cheer about and we can celebrate and, you know, go do what we want to do, and that's achieve the ultimate goal and go win and, you know, be a champion.
Deshaun, you and Coach Monken suffer from the same thing. Y'all suffer from the same thing. Man, stop talking. Stop talking. I didn't want to interrupt it till you stopped. You talked for 2 minutes and about 40 seconds. And a lot of what you said didn't make no sense, man. It didn't make no sense. No sense. So what I'm going to do is we just going to go back to what you said a couple days ago, because you said you didn't mean anything to the fans about what you said. That's what you said. You said you didn't mean anything, you know. Look, man. I'm not gonna summarize what you said. I'm just gonna go back to what you said, man. I'm gonna go back to what you said.
Everyone ready?
Hold on, that's the wrong one. That's the wrong one. I'm not gonna summarize what you said, man. I'm gonna let you reiterate it. We're gonna go back to it, because this.
What are your first thoughts on?
I told y'all, man. This when it comes to the gaslighting. Hey, look, man. It would be so much better if you just stand on what you said and say, look, I was hurt by it. That's why I responded to it in this way. But to say that you didn't mean it to, you know, offend anybody, or my bad, Bug Gordies. I don't know why my bot got you, but let me see. Man. because this is what you said. All I could do is go back to what you said, man. This is what you said. This is what you said. This is what you said. I'm not putting no words in your mouth. I'm not going to change it. I'm just going to play what you said the other day after we just heard a dissertation that starts your press conference that I don't know what you was talking about. I don't know what you was saying. Let's just play it. This was you. I'm not going to stop him. I'm going to let this full answer go, y'all. I'm going to let it go. I'm going to let it play.
Last time I played on this field, I tore my Achilles. And that same fan base, they cheered when I got hurt. So does that have to do with, what does that have to do with anything about performance? When a person get hurt, especially for your own city, and they cheer.
Does any of that make you regret coming here?
No, I don't regret anything in my life. You know, I think the Lord put me through situations for a reason, so I don't regret anything at all. But you know, I had different thoughts on how it was going to be, but you know, it is what it is. You know, sometimes the tables turn, and I'm patient enough because I'm a child of God to wait for that time to change. So I'm not tripping on it.
Man, in fact, you were tripping on it. You were tripping on it so much that you started this press conference with this. You was tripping on it.
Ready? Good. First off, I want to address the comments from Saturday after the game. You know, I think just human nature, just myself being very emotional, putting a lot of time these last 2 years to get back and spend time in this facility, in the city, meeting a lot of different people in the community. I thought I was going to get a little different response, but I think my emotions got the best of me, and my comments wasn't intending to go at any of the fans around in the city, because there's been a lot of great fans that have been supporting me, and I know the frustration this organization have put a lot of investment in coming to get me back in 22.
I know you got more to say, but I'm gonna pause and I'm just hopefully somebody around him or his team. This is not a shot. This is not a personal attack. This is not about football, Deshaun. This is not about football, man. And it's not going to be any better for you. And now that you let them know it affects you, it's going to be worse. The way they boo you on the road, other places. This is not about football. And I don't know why y'all just seem to think this is only about football. I'm not a person that would take the shots at you and bring up your situations. But somebody around you has to be self-aware and realize it's not about football. Somebody. And also, the truest form of who you can be every single day is to be yourself. You were hurt by you getting booed, and it wasn't the reception that you wanted. That's why you got emotional. And those are your words that you got emotional, and you let your emotions get the best of you. Stand on the fact that it hurts you. Stand on the fact that that hurt you. Instead, you try to say that you wasn't trying to take shots at no fans because some of the fans been good after you took shots at fans. You talked about maybe 17 road games. After you do these things, man, you just stand in what you felt. They are missing it. The coach is missing it. If the organization believes this, the organization is missing it. Everybody is missing it. They just missing it. He missing it. I'm gonna let y'all finish hearing whatever he's trying to say here. We're gonna see what questions he get to. But this is a situation where nobody is able to read the room. Nobody is able to read the room. I don't know how you have this many people who cannot read the room. How can they not read the room? Even in an instance where you make a mistake, you could have probably got a pinch of grace. You know when they tell you put a pinch of salt to taste when you cooking? You could have got a pinch of grace if you said, you know what? The other day I was hurt. I was hurt. It hurt me that I went out there and got booed. And I want to do whatever I can do to build up the relationship between me and this fan base because I want to provide them a winner. But to hit me with this word salad of all these different things and all this stuff that you said, and half of it you stumbling and fumbling, rushing through it, that it's not even clear, this was a misstep. This is a misstep. It's a misstep, y'all. Listen to it. We are over a minute into it, and then we're going to get more. Here we go.
And things haven't been going the right direction that we thought it was. You know, a lot of injuries, a lot of time off, and not putting the best football and my foot forward. So, again, just, you know, I understand the frustration. I understand everything that kind of goes into that. You know, and moving forward, I just want to focus on football, making sure that, you know, I'm putting the best product out there, having the best ability, you know, because I thrive off the energy. I thrive off the energy of the fans. I thrive off the energy of the community. I thrive off all that stuff. You know, I think looking back in my history at Clemson and, you know, previous at the Houston organization.
Slow down, brother. Breathe. Breathe. Take your time. You're rushing through this. Take your time. You just said something else. You feed off the energy. They're going to boo you worse, man. They're going to boo you worse. They know they got a sore spot with you. They got a sore spot with you. It was a sore spot. That's why they booed him when he was in Jacksonville. So, this is not good. It's not good. And I'm not personally attacking him, but somebody close to him got to help him read the room better when they get up here, because I know it seemed like they was doing you favors when y'all was in a quarterback competition that was fake, but they not doing you no favors after that. Now their goal is to get clicks. That's their goal, is to get clicks. Yeah, Jimi Hendrix, I see Ocho was right. Yeah, I called that out earlier. I said this decision wasn't made based on football. Ocho was right. So he was right. I don't have no problem saying Ocho was right. It's a bad decision, but he was right. I'll give it to him. After he said he didn't care what the fans say or do, it don't even make sense. Even the opposing fan base know he doesn't like to be booed. That's why they booed him in Jacksonville in the preseason game, because he had mentioned something about he wasn't sure how they were going to receive him at the game. They're going to boo him so they can throw him off his game. The organization knows that the Bulls are not about football. They just don't care. They knew about his history when they signed him. That's a fact. That's a fact, Keith Hunt. They knew about it. And it's not going to go away. Throwing touchdowns is not going to make this turn around for you. It's not going to turn around. Let's see what else he got to say. But this ain't good. This ain't good, y'all.
You know, I was a big community guy, big city guy, big fan guy, you know, during the game. So, you know, again, my emotions got the best of me. I'm human. I take full responsibility of that. And, you know, just moving forward, I want to make sure that I put the best product for the team, for the organization, and for this city, so we can put a lot of wins and make sure that I celebrate and put Cleveland on the map. You know, and that's why I put the helmet on my head and I put the uniform on my body, is to go out there and make sure I put my best foot forward. And that was one of the reasons why I chose this city, is to come and you know, have a lot of wins with this community, with this city, and make sure that we, you know, on the right track, so we can have a lot of, you know, celebrations and a lot of excitement to go each and every Sunday. So again, you know, moving forward, you know, I just want to make sure that, you know, I can give the city something to, you know, think about, you know, in the first two games, and you know, when we come back home, that we have something to cheer about and we can celebrate and, you know, go do what we want to do, and that's achieve the ultimate goal and go win and, be a champion.
So what is your reaction to being named the starter now, Deshaun?
It's great. Like I mentioned before, this is what I've been working for 2 years, is to be able to show that, I'm capable of being a starter for one of the 32 organizations in this league. And, today was a assignment I had no idea until I walked into the building, and I talked with Coach Monk, and it felt good, and a lot of excitement, but it comes with a lot of work too. There's a lot of work, there's a lot of challenges that I have to continue to overcome, and I just got to continue to work on, achieving those victories each and every day. So I'm ready and prepared, and there's going to be a lot of ups and downs, but at the same time, I'm excited to be, a starting quarterback in this league, and especially a starting quarterback for the Cleveland Browns.
Were you worried that the comment?
My bad. Him and Coach Monken need to learn less is more. They just keep talking and they are saying things. They get to moving around. They can't be still. Less is more. They ask you, how does it feel to be named a starter, and you threw in there that you didn't find out till today. Can y'all hear me now? Can y'all hear me now? I did start off on mute, but I'm off mute now. Hold on. We not back? Let me see. Let me see if we back. We should be back. Let me see if we back. We back. Let's see. Okay, we back. Okay, good. Yeah, him and Coach Monken do the same thing. They get the moving around, they get the bobbing. Less is more. Less is more for them. Less is more. Why you adding extra information that nobody asked you about? You saying, yeah, I didn't find out till today. Who asked you that? They said, how do you feel about winning the job? I didn't find out till today, y'all. What? Who asked you that? Just, hey, I feel good. I feel like I put in the work. It's a good accomplishment. You know what I'm saying? I get to continue my career, doing what I want to do. Like, who asked you that? Like, it don't even make sense. I'm not tripping. It's right here. He said it. Like, I'm like, huh? Listen to this.
This is what I've been working for 2 years, is to be able to show that be a champion.
So what is your reaction to being named the starter now, Deshaun?
It's great. Like I mentioned before, this is what I've been working for 2 years, is to be able to show that, I'm capable of being a starter for one of the 32 organizations in this league. And, today was a assignment I had no idea until I walked into the building, and I talked with Coach Monk, and it felt good, and a lot of excitement, but it comes with a lot of work too. There's a lot of work, there's a lot of challenges that I have to continue to overcome, and I just got to continue to work on, achieving those victories each and every day. So I'm ready and prepared, and there's going to be a lot of ups and downs, but at the same time, I'm excited to be, a starting quarterback in this league, and especially a starting quarterback for the Cleveland Browns.
Were you worried that the comments Saturday could affect the decision to make you the starter?
Not necessarily, because I know how Monk, we talked about it. We mentioned it, and I just felt like, again, in that moment, as a human, as my emotions going on, I just, felt what was on my heart. But we spoke on it. We moved on from it, and we on the same page as an organization and as a team. So, like I said before, moving forward is just focusing on playing good football and putting W's on the board.
Y'all, man. Come on, that dog. Come on, man. Come on, man. So, That press conference got local media, national media, all on the same page saying you probably can't be on the team anymore. And they say, do you think it was going to have impact on you getting the job? Not at all. I told y'all, it's no way you can look at that presser and say, we got to go follow this guy. Emory Hunt has a great take about why he crashed out on Saturday that we're going to get to next. Actually, no, we're going to play the voicemails next, and then we're going to get to Emory Hunt. But this is only 12 minutes. Let's try to get through it. But, hey, they are not helping themselves. They are not helping themselves. Like, man, one word answers. Keep it moving.
On the field Saturday, that first quarter didn't go the way you anticipated or hoped, and it was difficult. What gives you the confidence and the hope that the things that didn't go right for you Saturday, once you get in regular season game action starting week 1, they'll start to go right for you?
Because I have an organization and a team, walking in the building today that has, 110% support. And I think that goes a long way. And knowing that I have teammates in the locker room that support me, knowing that I have a coaching staff that support me, knowing that I have an organization that support me, all the other stuff got to take care of itself on the field. And now it's my job to be able to show that, I'm capable of putting points on the board and getting W's. And I think that, if we can do that, then I can earn the respect and loyalty to the rest of the fan base. And that's what I got to do. Because again, it was a big investment, and we haven't got the product out of that investment just so far. And I have another shot, I have another chance. So I want to make sure I take full responsibility of this opportunity.
Deshaun, off of that.
I'm telling y'all, him and Coach Monkey do the same thing. They both get up there and get the over talking. They get the over talking, volunteering information nobody asked you for. They didn't get the return on the investment, the organization. Like it's just, man, what we got going on. I'm telling you, they would be, now y'all see why I say they would just be better off just saying they made the decision, I'm proud of the decision, I'm ready to go win. All the extra talking is what gets them in trouble. All of the extra talking is what's getting them in trouble. All of it, y'all. Like, it's what gets them in trouble. They just go on and on and on. It's like, what are we doing here?
Todd also said it, that if you play winning football, all of that conversation kind of goes away. For you, are you prepared, though, for the reaction if there are those highs and lows, those bumps in the roads early?
Am I prepared? I don't think you ever can really be prepared for that. But I think the best thing I can do is just, give my full ability. And that's, being the best player I can possibly be, being the best leader I can possibly be, and showcasing that I can, go out there and produce. And, and after that, you got to let the chips fall how they play. And then, we'll see when we get to that moment.
Deshaun, those comments in the post-game.
I'm telling y'all, every opportunity he gets to show that he has confidence in himself, he doesn't show confidence. Like, he already said he don't know about the ups and downs. Then Cam Justice just asked him, like, how are you prepared to deal with it? He's like, I don't know. They asked him on Saturday, can you deal with the pressure of if they do boo or stuff doesn't go bad? I don't know. That's not confidence. The reason why I show y'all so much motivation is because I want y'all to see the difference between confidence and not confidence. I always show y'all Kobe. If nothing else, he believed in the work he put in, and he was confident that this is something I did 1,000 times. I'll go do this 1,001 times. This is not confidence. I'm sorry, y'all. This is not confidence. This is not confidence. I see through it, and I think that's gonna hold him back, because if your confidence is teetering, and then at the same time you told people how to get to you by booing you, those two things equal that this could go bad fast. You expose your weakness, and you're not confident. We watch it happen in sports all the time. If you don't have that ultimate confidence and you let stuff linger, you're not able to perform. We watch it happen all the time in sports, y'all. All the time. Now, don't get me wrong. I wish him the best, but I guarantee this opportunity they're giving him isn't free. I wonder what he's giving up. It's probably not a long-term opportunity. He said 2 games, and then hopefully we can come home. And Coach Monken would not come out and say this is the starter for the season because he wants to give himself a backdoor out if it doesn't go as expected and they bench Deshaun. That's what it is. That's what it is. When all these other teams have a quarterback competition, they come out and say, this is our starter for the year. They say, this is our starter for the year. The Browns come out and, he talking about, I'm just looking at week 1. Okay. Hey, I'll give it to her. The lead content creator was right on the information she had. She knew more than me in this situation. I'll give it to her. I don't got no problem saying she was right. Do I agree with the decision? Do I think it's the best football decision? No. So, I'm going to take my victory laps, so I give people their victory laps. The lead content creator, she can have her victory lap that he was ahead. Ocho Cinco can have his victory lap that he going to be the starter regardless. They can have their victory laps. They can have them. I don't just, tell them when they're wrong and don't go take a victory lap. They can have their victory laps. Take them. But I know, and everybody else knows, what the coach tried to explain to us, the reason why he named him the starter, they make no sense. Brett said, I don't like that she was right. It's all right. A broken clock is right twice a day. You know what I'm saying? Shador said he sleeps good every night knowing he did all he could. He knew then. Just saying. Let's keep it going.
The first time you commented about what happened when you were hurt, do you feel that just had to get out of your system?
Yeah. I mean, again, I was, I'm not a big talker anyway. So I think, people around, people that knows me and people around the organization, I just felt like, it was what was on my heart. And again, it was never intended to, to go at a certain person or a certain fan base or a certain crowd. It was just, this is how I feel. And, once I got it off my chest, I felt better, and now I can move forward from it.
You said earlier.
Nah, man. You specifically called out the fans who booed or cheered when you were injured. That's what you went after. You can't just take that back because they set you up in that question. They asked you if that's how you truly feel and if you had to get off your chest, and you said yes. You said yes. You had to get it out. You had to say it. So if you had to say it, you meant it. Not that I wasn't attacking anybody. You were specifically attacking the people who cheered when you got hurt. That's why I say they got to just say that hurt me, and I meant it when I said it because it hurt me. Like, it's just like Coach Monken. The more they talk today, it's getting worse. It's getting worse. We hear you. This is recorded. We could go back to 2 days ago, what you said, how you said it.
Earlier that you were a big fan guy at Clemson and Houston. Has that made it harder, you think, to hear the kind of response you've heard here from the fans, like the one Saturday? Has that adjustment been jarring?
I mean, it's definitely difficult, but I have to take full responsibility of those. You can't just walk into a place and just earn that respect just right away. And I think that me showcasing my personality maybe a little bit more, showcasing that I can play good football, showcasing that I am a winner, I am a leader, and that I want to lean on the fan base to be able to showcase and bring that energy to that stadium downtown. It's been a little difficult, but at the same time, I have to do my part to be able to earn that.
How are you going to handle it?
Have you ever had a dream that you
It's crazy. It is crazy. They just got to stop talking. So Shador has to be composed and level-headed at all times, but a 30-year-old vet gets the QB1 position when he crashes out. I bet Monken didn't even offer real feedback on what else he could have done. Of course he didn't. That's why he couldn't explain it. That's why he couldn't explain it. He couldn't take it. He couldn't say is this, is that. He couldn't. Nobody could pinpoint what it was. No, they couldn't pinpoint what it was. It's something else, y'all. It's something else. Where the paper bags? They're gonna be out there. The paper bags gonna be out there booing. The paper bag's gonna be booing. All right, that's enough for the word salad press conferences. Let's do this. Let's go here. More than just a name on the screen, you're part of the show. Let's hear from the Patreon crew. So shout out to the Patreon crew. I didn't listen to these in advance. So shout out to y'all. Shout out to y'all. Let's listen to the Patreon crew on this. Let's start with my dog, Zedric.
What's good, D? Thinking about this weekend's game. One, Shador did great. Really stood out. Showed that he could do everything they said he couldn't. That makes me happy. Deshaun struggles with the twos, has pretty much all training camp, and I'm pretty sure he's been wrestling with the fact that he could be a backup going forward. And that's a lot to manage when you've been a starter all your career. Defensively, depth-wise, we might be cooked, but overall, the offensive line did really well. I was impressed how the twos handled themselves, even though pockets and running lanes they created for Rocket early on was good. I think even more so, I'm curious to see how this first line will do now with Shador, because what they did with if they can do that with the twos, I can only imagine what they'll be with the ones. So it's gonna be interesting to see going forward. Big day today, so we'll see how it all plays out.
I'm right there with you, man. Shador was balling out. Shout out to Zedric. Shador was balling out. Deshaun looked like Deshaun. And the offensive line was surprisingly good. Moving what is his name? I think I got it here. Moving Austin Barber to right guard. He did really well. He did really well. He did really well moving him to right guard. So I agree with you. The number 2 line did well. So it was a good look. Unfortunately, I think this was before we got the news, but we got the news, and they definitely turned some things upside down. They turned some things upside down after we got the news. But I was pleasantly surprised with the offensive line, giving Shador time to navigate and go through his progressions. And even when it was 3rd and long, they made sure they blocked long enough. He wasn't running for his life. He felt comfortable in the pocket. He was able to get it done. So I'm on the same page with you, man. Proud of how Shador has handled this 2 years in a row, and it looks like another year where they might be looking for him to save the day. Why they might be looking for him to save the day. There's a reason why they never let Shador play with the ones in the preseason. They didn't want us to see how explosive the offense would be. For real. Right. Throw my take in the trash. Flip 1 hour later. Yeah, they definitely flipped everything on his head when they finally announced what it was. They definitely flipped everything on his head. So shout out to you. I appreciate you for tapping in. Why not just be honest, come out and say, look, this is the owner's decision, so let's just see how it plays out. That's why I just don't see why they did so much explaining. Just say, hey, this is what it is. If you don't like it, you don't like it. Like, if you're going to be a straight shooter, be a straight shooter. Don't act like you're going to be a straight shooter and then you doing all this triple explaining and word salads and extra answers and identifying and giving information nobody asked you for. And don't do that. Say what it is. Say what it is. All right, we got another one.
Hey D, this is Nita. Happy Monday.
I think this is loud. Hold on, let me make sure. We got Shanithia. I hope it's loud enough for y'all. Let me see. I have my stuff turned up too loud. We got
Day
Shanithia.
to
Shout out to
you
Shanithia.
and Off the Record D family. I am very excited about the growth of your podcast. I'm appreciative of all the hard work that you do, how you give all of us a voice, and you truly listen to not only what we have to say, but you also help stabilize us when we're about to go off the rails. So again, I appreciate that. Now, how do I feel about the Bills game this past weekend?
Oh, wait, do we lose sound? Oh, no. Shanithia, I think we lost sound right when you were about to tell us about the Bills game. But I appreciate your kind words. I try to listen to y'all, try to let y'all know how I'm feeling, how I'm seeing it, and take that into consideration. I try to take that into consideration. And funny enough, Shanithia's sound is off the record D, where your voice is going to be heard. Man, we lost it after 30 seconds. But definitely we appreciate you for tapping in, and thank you for your kind words. I appreciate it. I think that is something that makes me different than you can go anywhere else, and sometimes you go other places and you are just a name in the chat. And I want people to not just be a name in the chat. I want you to have a voice. I want you to be heard. I want to be conversational. So trying to make this different. Trying to make this different. So shout out to the All Access crew. Let's clap it up for them. Shout out to y'all. Shout out to y'all. All right. We got Akeem. Akeem, what's going on? Let's see. Let me do this right. And then we're about to get to 4 members only really soon. We're going to get to 4 members only. I think I figured out how to do this the right way. So let's see. Let's see. Where we at? Want to go here? All right. Shout out to Akeem.
Oh my God! Wow!
I got money.
Chad said 6 games. Could you imagine them letting Shador playing and winning 6 or 7, missing a chance to sneak in the playoffs because of those 6 games? Man, that's the same stuff they was on last year. Like, if you have to put a ceiling or a cap on it from the beginning, you don't believe in it. So if you don't believe in it, then why are you doing it in the first place? Like, I'm never going to understand this decision. Because if you just use logic and break it down, if you have to start off hedging your bet in a decision, that means the decision maker doesn't fully believe in it. So it just, you cannot keep throwing away years of people's lives, the players' careers, just while you just playing willy-nilly. It don't make sense. Makes 0 sense. 0 sense. So, man, unfortunately, we seeing this kind of the same. Hakeem Norwood, shout out to you for the support. I'm seeing this the same. Let's see. I think I can. I think I got this figured out for members only. Let's see. Let's go here. Let's do this. I think I got it figured out. All right, let's see if we can get this right. Let's see if we can get this right. Let's see. All right, let's do, where we at? Let's play it here. Shout out to the YouTube members for supporting, for the love of the game. This is for members only. All right, shout out to the members. Let me see if I can change this. I know it's a way I can change this to members, and I did it the other day, but you can only do this. You can only do this when you are live. That's not it. Stream settings over here. Here we go. I think I can do it here. All right, let's see. Let's see. Hold on, let me get this straight. My computer says slow down. Let's exit it for a second. Hopefully y'all are still there with me. I gotta refresh this in the background so we can get the members only segment. We want to hear from the YouTube members. This is a chance for the YouTube members to be able to say their piece. This is a chance for the YouTube members to be able to say their piece. So we're going to get it set up for them. YouTube members get 15 minutes where their voice is heard. So let's get it set up. All right, here we go. All right, shout out to the members. Members, this is your time to let your voice be heard for 15 minutes. This is one of the perks of being a member. 15 minutes, the members get to be heard. Members, you can voice your opinion now. You can voice your opinion now. Let's get it set up. Members, you got 15 minutes. You got 15 minutes. All right, let's get the timer set. Yeah, I changed the chat. The chat should be showing it should be showing members only for we're gonna get a members 15 minutes. So YouTube members definitely tap in and let me know. Let me take this off top chat. Let's go live chat. And I'm gonna be taking member comments. Member comments for the next 15 minutes. Let's get it going. It's still preseason for me too, y'all. So I'm figuring it out. I'm figuring it out on the fly. All right, let's see. All I see is the bots. All I see is the bots in the chat. Let me reset this back. Yeah, all I see is the bots. All I see is the bots. So I'll just read the members' chats this way without doing it that way I had it set up. Hopefully I didn't kick y'all out. I didn't kick y'all out, right? I don't think I kicked y'all out. I think I'm still live. Let's hear from the YouTube members. YouTube members, this is your time to participate in the stream. It was in. Now you turned it off. Yeah, I would. If the members don't take advantage of it, then I'll just read all the comments. I wanted to give them their time, but I'll definitely be sure to highlight the members' comments. I highlight them on stream and show them to everybody. So as the members speak, it'll show up. It'll show up. Hopefully people ain't dip out. Let's see how it's looking on my end to make sure it's still going right. I'll just take whoever comments right now while we're waiting. I know it's been a long stream and I did a whole bunch of talking. I took a whole lot of comments, but Craig said, I don't think they should have let Deshaun talk that long. We didn't even make it all the way through, Craig. It's still another 5 minutes of it. I think when they send them out here in these situations, they try to prep them and get them ready. But then, they start to stumble and fumble over the words. They start to kind of rush through. You can tell these answers were kind of predetermined, trying to show that everybody's on the same page. And it just doesn't seem like it goes that well. Like, I don't think any of their pressers did good. I'm petty. So I'm going to be sitting back, eating my popcorn and cracking up when this thing blows up in the Browns' face. That's why I made it clear that I'm not rooting against Deshaun, but I just think Deshaun is dealing with something that is outside of football, and they think football is going to fix it. And I don't think it's going to be, I don't think that's going to fix it. I don't think that's going to help it. Not happy with the decision? Yeah, man, you know how I feel about it. They shouldn't have let Monken talk that long either. Nope. These should have been short and sweet. Short and sweet. I will shamelessly cheer for Watson to get sacked and squished every play. Hey, that's the freedom of a fan. That's the freedom of a fan. I'm not one of those people who tells people how they need to be a fan and how they should cheer and who they should cheer for. The power of a fan is you got the freedom to cheer or boo whenever you want to. So I'm not those people to try to police how people handle themselves. So I don't do that. I wish the best for everyone involved, but that money is the problem. Yeah, the money side is crazy. You think that they were doing so many things to work and be viewed differently and not look like the same old Browns, but this is definitely a same old Browns move. This was a same old Browns move. The whole organization is a joke. I feel bad for all the players. The players, Misty said this earlier. Shout out to Misty. The young players are going to be collateral damage for this. They're going to be collateral damage. They're going to be collateral damage because when Watson goes out there and they're booing Watson and then it's having an impact on him because he already said it has an impact on him, they got to deal with it. And then they're going to see him be off. They made this decision as easy as possible for them. And instead of just taking the layup, they said, nah, we're going to run back 100 yards and try to throw a Hail Mary just because we believe we can. It's just crazy. It's crazy. Kind of hard to read the lies off the teleprompter other than your own, I guess. For real, it was blood. Hey, you got to tell that, put the teleprompter on 0.25 speed. Slow that thing down. Slow it down. At least I can look forward to fantasy football. Yeah, you got fantasy football. You got that to look forward to. I was okay with Monken talking that long. The longer he talked, the more he showed who he really was. Now I get why Nate didn't get the job. He has his own mind. That's a possibility too. Like, nah, I gotta have control. And I have no problem if coach is like, no, I gotta have control. And if you're not gonna give me, if you cannot blame me and not give me control. You cannot do that. I'm watching practice. Deshaun has 3 PBUs. The ball went to the dirt. No one was around it. 1 TD in the red zone. It will be a long season. I want to see improvement from him. Man, he got to get out of his head, and I just don't know if he can get out of his head this year. Feel bad for the rookies and the sophomore players who are talented and deserve better. I agree with that. Shador is dealing with something outside of football. So are his fans. Yeah, this wasn't a football decision. Myles Garrett sitting back, rubbing his hands like Birdman, for real. He admitted he can't block out the noise. Good luck. For real. Once he said that, I was like, people should be paying attention to that. Shador had Floria and Whitehart looking like first team. He had 70 or 79 blocked for him like first team. I agree. They really only thought about maybe 2 people in this decision. I agree with that as well. Now they're going to give him earplugs. They got it. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. I give him earplugs. Oh my goodness. That's hilarious. Everyone else got to suck it up. Basically, I'm starting to believe they promised him to start is the only reason he agreed to restructure his contract. It's potential. They potentially could have did that because it don't make sense. He's a 30-year-old grown man, and they have been treating him like he's 3 for the past couple of weeks, for real. Definitely, they told him what they were going to do, and he was like, send me away, for real. I told D the only way Stefanski was letting Shador get in was a concussion protocol for Gabriel happen. Now I expect the same thing. Hope the script writer puts it in by halftime, week 1. Hey, we gotta see. We gotta see how it go. Put some respect on my name, for real, like Birdman said. Miles said he had to go. He was right. Yeah, it wasn't looking good. Only improvement, Watson needs to retire. Man, he's just setting himself up. He is setting himself up. Earplugs, and don't forget a safe space, for real. Deshaun literally gave the opposing teams all his weaknesses. For real. I think that was a huge mistake. Just imagine if they had to give some earplugs deep. Hey, didn't I see him at the game? I can't remember. I think I might have saw him at the game on the Jumbotron. I just laughed. Head coach is no longer the Todd father. He is now the Toad father. Yeah, man. He just coached Monkey to me. What I thought I was getting at the beginning and where he is now, it just ain't the same. It ain't the same. It ain't the same. I hope all defenses just collectively boo him every play. Man, he admitted this previously, and the Jacksonville fans booed him, and he did not play well to start in Jacksonville in the preseason game. I hope all defenses just collectively boo him every play. I got that one. They cannot turn the helmet radio up loud enough to shut down the dog pound. They cannot. Had me walking around. You and me both, Tika. Tika, you and me both. You and me both. You and me both. You and me both. Deshaun Watson prone to injuries, and this is documented. I hope he makes it through seriously. Yeah, because it could be something. It could be something with the shoulder. That was something I always mentioned, him and his shoulder. Deshaun Watson is tone deaf. He don't think he is playing bad and is sad, which is crazy. Miles is smart. Miles is right. Yeah, nobody is mad at Miles. After this, I'm about to cut Todd's face off my shirt and sew my own picture on there. For real. Miles and AB's convo. Shador started AB. No, Miles. Miles, I'm out. Miles out. Miles should have took Shador with him, for real. Are we buttoning our shirts? Y'all want to hear something funny? So me and some of my friends, I'm not going to say the place, but when I used to work in retail, when we when we worked at a certain retail place and we all end up leaving, we did get together and have a bonfire, burn the shirts, and drink beer. So that's a funny memory when you said, should I burn my shirt? Justin Fields, Deshaun Watson, same. Yeah, they got to, both of them kind of got to get out of their head. I think Justin Fields got in a better position being behind Patrick Mahomes. I will not watch the game Thursday, nor will I watch Deshaun. I will watch the other team, and then I will switch stations whenever Deshaun has the ball. I did not hear an apology, nor sorry, right? He was jumping through it. He said, I didn't really mean to offend nobody or something like that. I'm like, huh? D, I wanted to burn my shirt. Todd mucking it up. He definitely mucked it up. His ego is already bruised. Yeah, it's not a good spot to be in. I think that may have been a reason why Miles left, potentially. D, get your popcorn ready. Browns are going to be a train wreck, and we can't look away. You want to know something? I got to tell you, I got to be honest with y'all. So me and my girl, we leaving the airport, and I was quiet for a second, and I said, this is going to be a train wreck. I just looked at her and said, it's going to be a train wreck. I'm like, it's going to be a train wreck. Because in a position where you got to be mentally tough, if you were mentally tough and you were showing you're mentally unstable going into it, and you have already exposed what can throw you off, how are you going to get through that comfortably? I'm being honest to him, man. That was my first thought. I said it. I was like, man, we're going to be watching a train wreck. That's what I said. I can see a fake injury happen prior to the home opener. Man, they only talking about game one. Not burning the Tide Father shirts. Cracking me up. I knew something was wrong when Mr. Berry was doing an interview and Deshaun was playing and doing terrible. He ran out of that interview. I don't think it went how it was supposed to go. I'm going to color my muck and fake shirt with a magic marker. Not with a magic marker. Travis Hunter somewhere said, I got you, bro, to Shador, for real. He said, I didn't mean it, y'all. I didn't mean it. For real. He didn't apologize. He kept saying he stands on what he said. 4 wins, maybe. Travis starts the season with 3 picks. Man, if he have 3 picks in the first game, oh my goodness. Not in the first game. Not in the first game. While we're talking, I'm going to look for what Emory Hunt said about this situation because I thought Emory Hunt had a great take on the situation. He had a great take. Somebody talking? I don't know what's going on right now with the Browns. I'm over them. He is going to get further exposed in front of the world, and it ain't going to be pretty. It's not because like when you're in high pressure situations, your mind needs to be clear. Your mind needs to be clear when you're in high pressure situations. You can't go into high pressure situations already kind of thrown off. Man, where did I see Emory Hunt at? Did I see him on X? Was it CVS? I gotta see. Where did I see Emory Hunt? Oh, we got Kurt Warner here. I wouldn't mind listening to him. Let's see. Let me pause this.
All right, big news in Cleveland today.
All right, we got Kurt Warner. Let me find this Emory Hunt, though, y'all. Let me find this Emory Hunt. I think maybe if Miles was still here, he would have blocked the decision. I heard inside sources Miles wanted Shador. I'll believe it, and they probably weren't willing to guarantee it to him. I hope so. Use a yellow marker. The way Watson throwing the ball with no rush, I can believe Hunter will have at least 2 picks. D, I was in combat. I saw people wet themselves, people cry for mommy and daddy, and people run into a minefield because mentally they lost it. Watson wouldn't last a day. All right, cool. Thank you, Black Pearl. Thank you. I'll look for it over there. And don't forget BJ Green on the Jacksonville team too. Yeah, he was making plays. When Deshaun gets exposed, remember it was a football decision. Yeah, I don't think they still haven't been able to explain it in the football terms. They still haven't been able to. So shout out to y'all for participating. I think that's cool. What I got to do is I got to handle that transition a little bit smoother I got to handle that a little bit smoother with getting to the members only so we can make sure their voice is heard as well. Got to handle that smoother. I'll be looking for that on Patreon. So let me jump over here to Patreon. All the opposing players know what it is. Instant motivation for them, for real. Well, if he plays that back in the first game, then they're off the hook unless they promise him a certain amount of games. It's crazy if they promise him a certain amount of games. That is crazy. Okay, thank you. I got it. Shout out to Black Pearl. All right, let's see. Let's do this. Okay, we got it. We got him. Here we go. All right, we got Emory Hunt. Very interesting take. Ocho said 6 games. Yeah, man. 6. Like, how do you promise somebody 6 games? Like, I don't know, man.
To me, Brandon, imagine you're going to a Michelin star restaurant, correct? And you're waiting for this grandiose food, and you're taking a couple of bites like, I mean, it's okay, but you finished the meal. Why you finished the meal? Man, because I paid for it already. So this feels like what this is for Deshaun Watson. It seems like it's more contract-based than performance-based, because if you're watching the film, if you're looking at the games, both preseason games, there is no way Deshaun Watson on the football field outplays Shador Sanders. So it has to be more contract related. And I felt like when we heard the words coming from Deshaun Watson's mouth on Saturday, it felt like, to be honest, it felt like a guy that was finally able to vent what's been going on in his mind. And it also kind of gave me the kind of inkling that, okay, if he's venting like this, then maybe he has some assurances that he's going to go out there and be the starter. So that's the first time we saw a real raw reaction from Deshaun Watson regarding the boos, regarding what people have been saying about him. But this feels like more of a financial decision than a football decision.
See, I didn't even think about it that way. I just looked at it like, man, he just melted down. I just looked at it like he just melted down. That's how I look at it. I took it, I was like, he just melted down in front of us. I didn't look at it like, I didn't even think about, man, the weight has been lifted off my shoulders because I know I'm going to be the starter. I didn't even think about it that way. But that was a good take by Emory Hunt saying, It's this definitely Embry, like, this not a football decision. I'm telling you, the coach can't even tell you in football terms why they made the decision. That's more games than they gave Flacco last season. I agree. D, please look at the video that I shared with you on X. Please share it. All right, let me see. Let me go grab it. Oh. Oh, this is what that's funny. This is what the plug sent as well. All right, so I got this pulled up. Shout out to y'all. Let's see, where do I have it? I think I got it right here. This is funny. Let's see. It's not gonna show the best from that angle. I think your angle was a little bit better. Her commentary is funny. I never followed her before, but her captions are hilarious. Her captions are hilarious. Let me see. Oh my goodness. We got to go to the other setup so y'all can see this. Let's see, where is it at? All right, let me slightly change this. Her captions are funny. Let's see. Bring this up some. Guess we'll need to see this side. I guess we need something to laugh at after how this day been going. All right, there we go. Let's go here. All right, so this one says Deshaun Watson intended to Jerry Jeudy, but no good. And this is not the only one. That's not the only one. Let's see. Man, Jerry Jeudy having a rough day at practice. Jerry Jeudy having a rough day at practice, y'all. He just got that punched out. This is another funny one. Deshaun Watson throws it my direction, but I failed to catch it. Her captions are hilarious, y'all. All right, let's play this one. Y'all can see it. They talking smack to Deshaun too. We got Shador to Malachi Corley. Still dropping dimes out there. This is Deshaun. All right, let me turn that sound off. Denzel Ward breaks it up on a pass to the pylon to Denzel Boston. Denzel Ward having a day. Let's see. Shador to Gage. I'm gonna leave the sound off because they playing music. Shador extended it, catches Gage at the back of the touchdown. All right. So this is Allison Toro Lagos. Her stuff is funny. She is funny. The Judy stuff is hilarious. The Judy stuff is hilarious. And they out there talking smack to Deshaun too. All right, my computer getting tired. It's like, hey, computer, you had the whole weekend off. You supposed to be chill. All right, let's go back to the screen here. Oh, you think we'll get a tracker today? They couldn't wait till the last day, so they don't got to show that tracker no more. They couldn't wait. They could not wait to not have to show the tracker no more. Let's see. I haven't seen Kurt Warner break this down. Let's see what Kurt Warner says. Let me close out some of these tabs too. Where we at? We here? Was he throwing it at the wide receiver's body? Man, threw it right at him. Yeah, my computer, like, we can't look at this. We don't like it.
Deshaun Watson, the starting quarterback over Shedeur Sanders. So thought I'd dive into the conversation that's going all over the place. Now, I tweeted last week that I am a firm believer when you get to the NFL level that the best player should play. That, to me, when I went through all the different competitions that I went through, was all I asked for. Was, hey, if you're going to make it a competition, let the best player become the starter. And then from there, you have to earn it. You've got to hold on to it, whatever you want to say. Now, I think it's easy for us to look at the preseason games and maybe even the past and say, well, Shedeur Sanders maybe had the edge in that manner. And I get it. You know, most of us, all we get to see is the preseason game, so we're going to base everything on that. Well, what I'm hearing, and again, reputable sources, but what I'm hearing from different people was that Deshaun Watson was the better quarterback throughout the camp. And that was in everything. You know, it was in running the process. It was getting in and out of the huddle, calling plays, executing those plays. Even though it may not have looked like it, especially in the second half of this last preseason game, I'm hearing that he was the better quarterback. Okay, so if that's the case, I'm never going to fault a team for playing the best guy. Another factor you always have to take into consideration as a coach is who does the locker room feel should be the guy to start the season. And again, I don't know the answer to this question. I don't have any inside sources inside that building. But this is a real thing, is that when you're going through training camp, players know. Players know who the better quarterback is. Players know who they want to be their starter. And that goes a long way, or should go a long way, in coaches making that decision if the quarterback competition is close. Because you want your guys to be galvanized. You want your guys to believe in whoever you're putting out there day one, to believe that he gives you the best chance to win. That's what all the other players are thinking as they go into the seasons. We want to win. Like, we want to be successful. And we want the guys playing, even if they're not our best friends or we like the other guy more, we want the guys playing that are going to give us the best chance to win. So that's another factor. Again, I don't know the answer to that, but it's something that as we sit back and step back as an analyst or a fan, you have to consider. You have to consider. Now, there are a whole bunch of other factors that play into this that as an analyst I look into and I say to myself, okay, what does this do for your future to name Deshaun Watson the starter? Like, is there any chance that he can do anything this season to earn another contract and earn the opportunity to?
All right, so man, I got you looking crazy there, Kurt. Let me. Kurt Warner is being fair. Kurt Warner is being fair. He is kind of guessing because he wasn't there and he hasn't been following it closely. The problem is, even the head coach is moving his positions from day to day for who is better at what they're doing when people are seeing it. People are seeing it. So before the Buffalo practice, he said it was joint practice. It was more important because the game has consequences and penalties. He will weigh that more. And the media was like, hey, coaches usually weigh joint practice more. After Deshaun laid an egg on Saturday, he said, well, I'm going to view the joint practices more. So it's hard to even try to believe reputable sources because even the head coach won't stay on track with what he's saying he's judging it based on. And I'm telling y'all, I have never heard cadence described in the way that Coach Monken is trying to describe cadence. He is putting everything that happens before they snap the ball under cadence. And I don't believe all of that is cadence. The NFL has a video. Shout out to Laurie. She posted it in Patreon. The NFL has a video where they break down what cadence is. So unless this is the only place where cadence is everything that's pre-snap and cadence has nothing to do with a team getting a delay of game penalty and you having to call timeouts to protect them from another delay of game, maybe this is the only place where they do it this way, where cadence means something different than it means to every other NFL team. Because what do we also see with cadence? Shedeur drew Buffalo offsides 2 times in that game. We haven't seen Deshaun do that in a game. So it's one thing if we didn't have evidence and we just had to believe beat writers. But when we have all the evidence, when you can go back through it, you cannot say that this is based off of football. I know Kurt Warner has been in a bunch of different quarterback competitions, and he is saying he was in those competitions and the best guy didn't always win. So him being in competitions and not being there, him having to rely on somebody else, he's just going to say the universal thing. But we have seen otherwise. Tears of a Clown by Smokey Robinson. Cadence got an offsides penalty, and they did not push the door with the ones in that preseason. It was going to be lights out for real, because I can't let him go out there and show what he truly can do. Do y'all remember last year? I was the one beating the drum, and I said, no, Shedeur has to go out there and play. I was like, he has to go out there and play. And the reason why he has to go out there and play is because he needs to get it on film. It needs to be on tape what he can do. You got to get it out there. It has to be on tape. And people were saying, no, just let him wait. I'm like, nah, you can't let him wait because the narrative's going to run wild. You cannot argue with the tape. You can't argue with it. And we would never know if the locker room chose because the head coach decided to not even address the team about it. So everything you've been doing this whole offseason been determining who's going to be the starting quarterback, who was going to be the leader of the team. Then when it came down to make the decision, you just talked to the 2 quarterbacks and never addressed the team. So it just, man, somebody said this earlier, but they're putting lipstick on the pig, y'all. That's what they're doing. They're putting lipstick on the pig with how they try to explain this. No diss to Kurt Warner. He just not tapped in enough, y'all. He not tapped in. And it's too hot of a story, so he gotta have an opinion. But he not tapped in. He not tapped in. That's all that is. He not tapped in. I want to see how ESPN responded to this. I want to see how they responded to this on First Take. Let's see. Let's see how they responded. All right, they did breaking news when it happened, so we watching all this first, y'all. We watching all this together.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to First Take. Shay Cornett here with you. We have some breaking news from moments.
I told y'all I wasn't we just wasn't gonna just run off stream today. So let's see what they talk about.
Ago, Adam Schefter reporting that Deshaun Watson will be the starting quarterback for the Cleveland Browns going forward. They play the Jacksonville Jaguars week 1, and so Deshaun Watson will take those QB1 snaps. Let's say hello to everyone here as we react to the news that we are all learning about in real time, especially after what happened this weekend. Hello, Kevin Clark, Dan Orlowski, Kimberly Martin. Okay, Kmart, I'm going to go to you first on this because I heard you say this morning on Unsportsman, you thought this was going to be a real possibility, even after the comments that were made over the weekend by Deshaun Watson, essentially saying that the fan base doesn't like him. I'm paraphrasing. We'll get more into that in a little bit. But nonetheless, he's the starting quarterback for week 1. Your reaction?
I'm honestly not surprised. I thought this was going to be the outcome even before the press conference yesterday. I I think when you talking to Browns people as much as I do and being in Cleveland as much as I am, the sense I got since the offseason, since February, was Deshaun is healthy. Like, he's healthy. This is going to be an exciting season because he's finally healthy. And that was always sort of the prism that I looked at this quarterback competition through. Like, yeah, Todd Monken, a different head coach, a guy who's never worked with Deshaun. Can he be the guy, an offensive mind who we credited in Baltimore for, helping Lamar in this offense and scheming guys open? I thought Deshaun would be the guy. I think a lot of people felt like the press conference was like that was the end. He could never go in front of these fans again. And I just think for an NFL team, you're looking at it like he's been the best guy through camp competition. Maybe not the games, but through camp competition. And I'm not saying it makes sense. I'm not saying this is what I would do, but I am not surprised, as other people are, that Deshaun is the guy.
I am shocked. I feel awful for the fans of the Cleveland Browns. I have no idea how you could witness what you witnessed in that press conference and it not be a part of your evaluation and decision. I think the world of Todd Monken. I think he's a great coach. I think the world of Andrew Berry. I think he's put together really good football teams. I have no idea how they can make this decision. I said if this was strictly a football decision, strictly football, 50-50. Start the guy you want. I'd be fine with it. Last week, I thought in preseason week 1, Deshaun played better than Shador. Week 2, it wasn't even close. Shador was markedly better than Deshaun. The performance this past Saturday by Deshaun was not good. It was candidly very poor. To have him have that interaction and make the comments that he made in a town, and Kimberly, you could speak to it better than I can, but like in a town, in a city, in a football fan base and franchise like Cleveland, and to sit there and be like, don't boo me, and it's more than just performance, the tone-deaf element of that, and then to name him the starting quarterback less than 48 hours out of it, I truly feel awful for that fan base because you can tell the fan base really likes Shador and wants Shador. And whatever reason why, I don't care. They don't with Deshaun. I'm shocked. I thought there was no way that they would name him the starting quarterback.
All right, really quick.
Y'all, when Dan Orlovsky is the one making sense, who hasn't made sense in almost 2 years, you know the world is upside down. The world is upside down when Dan Orlovsky is the one making sense. It's upside down. It's flipped on his head. I wasn't sure. I wanted to see if anybody would say that this was tone deaf and they were missing it. I wanted to see if anybody was going to say that. I'm not going to hype up Dan Orlovsky or anything like that. Everybody can have a day where they get something right. But nobody is mentioning that side of it. It's not going to go away. Like, I'm just going to tell y'all, the Cleveland fan base has thrown things at players. They cheered when Tim Couch got hurt. He wasn't able to get over it. It's other players who have been cheered. They're going to turn the heat up on Deshaun Watson. The national media is, and it's going to be something else, another layer he has to deal with. Y'all know how I feel about him. I'm surprised he is the one that said it. That's enough ESPN. But I'm surprised he the one that said it. What's up, D? Do you think Watson has in his contract that he has to start if he's healthy? Is that why? I don't know if they could put that in his contract. They could have a handshake agreement. I don't know if they could put that in his contract though. I don't know if they could put that in his contract. Let's take y'all back. Sorry, I didn't like his undertones. I don't know why they like Shador. He never references Shador's ability. Sorry, I'm ranting. It's all good, CO7111. It's all good. Let me find it. All right, well, we're going to listen to Debo and Joe while I look for something else, y'all.
Hit the like button, whatever it is, because we got everything y'all need, man. Listen, and what you ain't looking for, it's this is check down city. Okay.
Hold on.
I said in the preseason that Deshaun Watson looked way better than I expected, and he played better than Shador. In the second game, Shador obviously played better. That pick that he had, I think you just got to. The ball was a little behind, but if they hit both your hands, you got to catch it or don't. Tip balls are picks. So like that one, I didn't feel like that was Shador's fault. He was driving the ball.
There it was. You wasn't on money.
Wasn't on the money, but goddamn, we're pros. We got to catch. You got to catch that.
Hey, listen. Hey, you're a pro too.
Understand. It takes two to tango. It takes two to tango. But look, like I said again, though, the game, though, obviously, that with some of the passes, with him, with his pocket presence, with him not running around the pocket, him standing tall, him hitting a lot of the crossers, them third downs, a lot of the passes, him throwing the ball vertically. It looked good. It looked way better than it did the first game. So Deshaun Watson surprised me, looked better than Shador in game one, first preseason game. Game two, that second preseason game, Shador looked really good. Pocket presence, throwing the ball, doing what he had to do. Deshaun Watson did not look good in the second game, obviously. When we talk about
I don't. That's up to the person.
Okay, well you could go ahead.
Because I think he should be the starter.
Okay, look. I was just talking about. I just talked about who did better in the first game than who did.
Don't fall for that. Don't fall for that. Don't fall for that. Debo is saying that because he wants the worst of the two players to play. Don't fall for that. He said he looked how I needed him to look because that's why I want to be the starter. Debo is playing the game. Debo is playing the game right here.
Did better in the second game. So we're having a legitimate quarterback competition. I'm just saying that I think, dang, okay, Deshaun got the first game, Shador got the second game.
Oh, you talking about a competition? I thought we was talking about the quarterback.
I'm talking about the quarterback competition, and you're basically looking at how they play. Then we obviously.
He wanted Deshaun to start because he believes they could beat the Browns if Deshaun starts. So he's not being serious at all. He just said it. He said, I want him to start so we can get the win because he don't believe in him.
Have all the practice reps and everything. What I want to go to is now.
Listen to what Debo just said. Debo is trolling. Listen to what he said.
Second game.
Oh, you talking about a competition? I thought we was talking about the quarterback.
I'm talking about the quarterback competition, and you're basically looking at how they play. Then we obviously.
Yeah, he said, oh, I thought you was talking about the quarterback that I want to play so we can have a win over here in Pittsburgh. Yeah, he not saying that seriously. He said we could beat him. I don't know about us beating Shador. Let me just throw back this real quick. I want y'all to see something. Let's check this out right here. Throwback.
Talking about it. So, how do fans who were not at the game feel about the reaction of some who were there? Matt Rascona has more on that. And tell us about another time fans celebrated their QB's injury.
Right out of the gate, fans at Huntington Bank Field weren't pleased with their quarterback. But the memorable moment came about a minute before halftime when Deshaun Watson went down.
We want to see us win. That doesn't help us win when our starting quarterback goes down, especially worth $230 million.
Teammates stood by in support, but players and fans.
So the only thing Deshaun remembers is getting booed when he got injured. They booed him to start. They booed him to start the game. He just said, yeah, this is the same fan base that booed me. They booed you when you ran out. When he ran out the tunnel, he was getting booed. Let me play it back for y'all. They booed him out the tunnel.
Right out of the gate, fans at Huntington Bank Field weren't pleased with their quarterback. But
they booed him to start. I hope y'all hear that. He got injured, but they booed him when he just ran onto the field. This has nothing to do with a Shador versus Deshaun thing. I'm not gonna say I keep telling y'all, but I told y'all a couple times they don't like Deshaun. That's just what it is, y'all. It's that's just what it is. It's nothing but facts. They don't like him. They don't like him. So then when he got hurt, let's listen to some fans' reaction.
The memorable moment came about a minute before halftime when Deshaun Watson went down.
We want to see us win. That doesn't help us win when our starting quarterback goes down, especially worth $230 million.
Teammates stood by in support, but players and fans reported some booing and even cheering as medics evaluated his injury and carted him off the field. After the game,
I'm honestly happy.
Sorry, but get better soon. He needed to go.
some fans showed little sympathy.
I'm so sorry he got hurt, but what was he doing for the Cleveland Browns?
What's most unfortunate is that I don't think they could have pulled him unless he was hurt.
For some, the scene was a reminder of the time QB Tim Couch went down during a home game and fans seemed to celebrate his injury.
You know, I've laid it on the line for this team and this city, and for him to turn on me and boo me in my home stadium is a joke.
Most we spoke to condemned reports of fans cheering Watson's injury.
That's horrible. I mean, I would never do that.
You can't cheer for someone when they get hurt. I mean, that was classless, and I hate, that he had to experience that.
I don't care what anybody else say. When you see someone else get hurt doing their job, it's unfortunate.
It's no secret fans are looking for someone new to lead the team, and it shows in jersey sales. The general manager of the Browns Pro Shop said yesterday they sold just one Watson jersey at the stadium, compared to $31,000 worth of Nick Chubb jerseys and $12,000 of Myles Garrett jerseys.
So these are just the facts to the situation, y'all. These are the facts to it. And that was not the first time he got booed. That was not the first time he got booed. He got booed before that, and they booed him when he came out. Y'all heard the boos when he ran out. They booed him when he ran out. They cheered when he got hurt. They sold one Deshaun Watson jersey. They showed $31,000 worth of Nick Chubb jerseys, $12,000 worth of Myles Garrett jerseys. And then you heard people out there saying they got no remorse. So them thinking we just going to go win, man, they're not about to just move forward. They're not about to move forward. Easy. You know it's Shador. You know it's Shador all day. Shador jerseys, that's what they selling easy. But this is not something you just deal with and bounce back from. So it's gonna be a long season for him. It's gonna be a long season. It's gonna be a long season. That's why they keep saying just win. This is not about to work how they think it is. It's not about to work that way. It's not. Somebody check on Skip. I'm sure he's cussing and has found a way to blame Tom Brady. For real. Some will forever boo him for, yes, I agree with you. I had to stop listening to them until today. They were live at the time I heard about Deshaun being named QB1. Let's see. I would be one of them bearded dogs booing till my throat got sore. Boo. Those two sales going up again. Yep. This is not new. And them just trying to say this is football related, they're not reading the room properly. They are not handling this properly. They are missing it. They said that is the only way to get him off the field. Nasty work. So that's how they felt about him. Like, and this didn't just happen. So this is how they felt about him. These are fans they went and spoke to who were at the game. So it's not gonna get no better for him. It's not gonna get no better for him.
I mean, obviously he hasn't, performed like we thought he would. Hate to see that he got injured. I mean, never stop rooting for him.
LeBron James also weighed in on this episode. He tweeted in part, booing anyone that's down with an injury, let alone your own player, is lame. Clearly.
So this is not just a one-day thing that's gonna go away. Shadithia said, I'm with Skip. Tom Brady will forever be blamed. Skip had a good post and laugh when he said 19 sorry games Deshaun Watson won, took me out. Let's see. Skip probably dropped the video. Let's check. We got some time today. Let's check and see if Skip dropped something. Let's see. I just wanted to show you all the history. So how bad was Watson play? Because they act like the injuries is what's causing him to play bad. Deshaun Watson's last 7 games for the Cleveland Browns, his stats are worse than Shador's. His last 7 games, they're worse. He wasn't good. He wasn't good. If you notice, whenever they talk about Deshaun being good, they say we got to get back to him what he was in 2020. They don't mention any time he was in a Browns uniform. Oh, LeBron probably said that's above me now. LeBron said that's above me now. I don't got nothing to do with that. Probably. Let me see. Let's see if Skip got something to say. Money is all they see. Clearly disconnected. Ask Haslam how much milk costs. Oh, you know he don't know the answer. How much is a gallon of gas? How much is eggs? No clue. All right, let's see. Yeah, Skip ain't put out nothing in 6 days, but I'm pretty sure Skip probably gonna drop a video. He ain't put out nothing in 6 days. Cleveland booed LeBron when he left. I knew Cleveland fans didn't play then, even though they fixed their relationship. Yeah, they was burning LeBron jerseys. They was burning his jerseys. We got another one. Hey, y'all, we gonna get through this thing together. We gonna get through this
Now
thing
we
together.
are joined by Cleveland Browns goated cornerback, Hanford Dixon. Hanford, how are you doing today? Sad barks.
That bark is not as loud today.
Oh no, Hanford, what's wrong?
Take me through it. What's wrong with the decision that was made today by your beloved Cleveland Browns?
You know, I got mixed emotions about the whole thing. Obviously, I was 100% behind Shador. I wanted to see him. I wanted to see him start. I wanted to see him play. I just thought that the upside was so much greater with him because, I mean, he's a young kid. I mean, obviously, we need to know what he could do if he could play. But then again, you know, I have to forget about that right now because I am, number one, a Cleveland Browns fan. And Coach Todd, obviously, he's seeing something that I'm not seeing, but I have to give him the benefit of the doubt because he's over there 24/7. He's over there in all the meeting rooms with them. He's watching them on the field, and he, you know, and he knows a lot of football. And I think I know a lot of football, but you know, I'm gonna give him like I said, I'm gonna give him the benefit of the doubt. I'm gonna jump behind Deshaun Watson 100%, and hopefully he can move this team in the right direction.
Hanford, what did you make of the scene at the stadium there Saturday? Obviously, that's been such a big topic of conversation, and obviously what Deshaun said, kind of calling out the fans for those boos. You're a Browns legend, a Cleveland legend that's played in front of these fans and have had so many great career moments in front of these fans. What did you make of that whole scene Saturday? My real takeaway was that, you know, obviously sad that it's happened, sad that it's, you know, revised to this. But I am curious your perspective.
Yeah, I don't think anyone at any time want to be booed. I mean, obviously, and for whatever reason, the fan, each of them have that's their right. I mean, they paid their money to get into the stadium. If they want to boo, they can boo. I would much rather not hear them boo him like that. But I still think he, I won't say overreacted, but his comments that he made after the game didn't help the situation. You know, you just got to ignore that because if you want to get over all that, the best thing to do is to come out and play well. I think regardless of what you do, if you play well for the Cleveland Browns, if you play well for these fans, if you put a lot of W's on the board for these fans, I don't care what, they'll turn quickly and they will love you. But I just and even in the stadium, I was there. I was, you know, it wasn't that many people.
Right. A couple thousand people, which makes me fear what it's going to sound like week 3. You know, potentially week 3 when it's tens of thousands of people.
Right, because I you know, I look for a lot of them. I mean, even before the delay. I mean, we had an hour and 5 minutes, something like that, weather delay. I don't think a lot of them didn't come back in those seats, but you never want to see them boo, especially quarterback, because you're talking about the guy who is supposed to lead this franchise. But then again, I just don't think Deshaun handle it very, very well. Also,
Top dog.
I just don't understand how they could say, like, everybody can see that Deshaun didn't handle Saturday well. And then the head coach say, "Oh, that don't matter. That's not part of the decision." I don't understand. Like, if somebody has to come before you and apologize for saying things about fans, how can you not weigh that? Don't you have to trust him to be ultimate decision maker? I just don't get it, y'all. I don't get it. Bro, I'm about to go back to the Steelers. Too much drama in Cleveland. Yeah, this is 2025 2.0. 2025 2.0. The same organization was saying Dylan was better than Shador. Now y'all believe Watson's better, although your eyes tell you different. Yeah, I don't believe that. I don't believe that he is better. I think people underestimate people's propensity to hate. Do they not see what we're living in? They don't. They are tone deaf. They are tone deaf to what is about to happen. That's why I took it back and I showed y'all that throwback clip of how the fans was talking. I'm like, they don't know what's about to happen. It was so where I was sitting at in the stadium, there was I think there were Bills fans sitting behind us, and a guy was booing when everybody else was booing Deshaun Watson. And the lady with him was like, "Why is everybody booing him?" And all he said was SA. And she was like, "Huh?" And they just kept booing. And she started booing too. And that's all he said was SA. So if they think that winning is going to turn that around, I don't think he's going to be able to get to winning to turn it around. So I'm going to let it play out. I'm going to let it play out. I'm going to let it go how it goes. I'm going to see what happens. I'm going to see how it goes. I don't want him to play well. I want him going and close the book on him. That was the thing. Everybody was saying he had to go. Everybody, well, not everybody. Majority of people were saying he has to go after Saturday. I'm definitely watching Dak in Dallas back to my regularly scheduled program. Aren't they running the same plays? If so, the excuses don't make sense. None of it made sense. None of what they said made sense. None of it made sense. Do y'all remember when they were saying Dylan Gabriel should be a part of the quarterback competition? And I was like, they just need to let Dylan Gabriel be. And as soon as Dylan Gabriel went out there during the game, he just looked really bad, and they never mentioned it again. I think I'm starting to think that Deshaun Watson and Dylan Gabriel, for different reasons, are in similar spaces where everything they were doing last year was to build up Dylan Gabriel's mental. And it seems like everything they did this offseason was to build up Deshaun Watson's mental. And if that's the case, it's going to go the same way it went last year. It'll be like deja vu. It's going to be like deja vu. Deja vu. I'm not staying in the Twilight Zone with the delusional people shaking my head. Yeah, it's something. But Gordy's, yeah, welcome back. Yeah, we had this thing today. It wasn't gonna be a quick one. Watching practice footage from today look crazy. It does. We watched some of it. It does. Dan Orlovsky says start Shador is bad. Amber, I said the same thing. I was like, man, when Dan Orlovsky is on this side, it's crazy. Didn't Munkin say the team would choose, so the team actually chose Watson? I highly doubt that. No, he did not speak to the team. He said he didn't speak to the team. He said he spoke to Deshaun, he spoke to Shador, and that was it. He didn't speak to the team. So they just got to deal with, whatever they feel. Appreciate you, Maurice. Appreciate you. Have a good day. I told y'all Dylan and Deshaun was twins. I really started thinking about it, and they're doing the same thing to build them up. That means it's kind of something that's not there, and then you're going to end up in the same spot. My hope for this season was that Shador wouldn't get put in the spot where he had to come in after things went south. At some point, man, give him a shot from the beginning when people are healthy, when people are energized, when you plan for something. But just him potentially coming in to clean up a mess that he didn't make, I just don't like that. I just don't like it. I don't like it. I just don't like it. That's unfair pressure on that man. Yeah, they putting them in the same. They putting them in the same position as they did Dylan. Not speaking to the team says a lot without saying it. I agree. Not speaking to the team before this, and everybody gonna get asked about it. Then they're gonna get asked about booze. You just set them up. Watson doesn't care about anything but Watson. So are they going to trade Shedeur so we can leave the Twilight Zone? They are holding on to Shedeur with everything they got because it seems like they don't even fully believe in Deshaun. If they weren't willing to come out and say he's our starter for the whole season, Coach Monken danced around that. He danced around it. He didn't say nothing with his chest today. So, that just tells you something. Hey, Kevin Stefanski, my bad. It ain't just you. This whole franchise is the Lulu. The franchise is the Lulu, and his offense is still trash. His offense is still trash. Monken, the team will pick the QB. Also, Monken, no, we didn't talk to the team. Lies. Yeah, it doesn't match. So much stuff that he said doesn't match. Monken, a real deal liar. He said he hates crappy football. I don't maybe his definition of crappy football changes depending on who the quarterback is. So when the Bears leave Chicago, I'll be looking for a team. However, this ain't it. I don't do clown shows. I ain't loyal to nobody's organization. I'm loyal to the city. So let the journey continue. Yeah, this is I'm telling y'all, the Browns had a chance to not be the same old Browns. And instead they said, "No, we're gonna be the same old Browns." They had a chance. Then I've been saying that for a minute now. I seen it early. Yeah, that they twins. Dylan and Deshaun. Do you feel that Watson will lose confidence because Shedeur is over his shoulder, or do you think Monken gave him reassurances? Monken didn't publicly reassure him if he doesn't play well in the ups and downs. And I think his confidence don't really have nothing to do with Shedeur. I think his confidence has to do with he has a lot of pressure on himself because he is a person that wants to be liked and people don't like him. And if you can't go over that hurdle of people not liking you, you just never really gonna play free and never play like with a free mind. LeBron had to get over that. LeBron tried to play villain in Miami, and then he had to say, "I'm not a villain. I have to play free." And trying to be the villain is not me. So he has to play freely, but he's not gonna be able to play freely because they just gonna boo him, and then he's gonna go right back into it. So it's a catch-22 for him. Right, give him a brand new car, not the used car that ain't certified, for real. See, I agree, D. They shouldn't bring him in after the season is a bust. That's just crazy work. Yeah, they shouldn't. Like, because you're not getting the same opportunity. When he came in last year, the offensive line wasn't the same. We started seeing Njoku was already injured, so some of our pieces wasn't the same. So it's like, what are we doing? I feel kind of bad how I did Kevin, although I do feel he had a little personal animosity against Shedeur. I don't feel bad how I did or said anything about Kevin Stefanski. His offense was trash, and he struggles to evaluate talent at the quarterback position. Look at what they went and did in Atlanta. He was so sought after that he got hired shortly after he got fired, and then that's what you put in the quarterback room. So I don't feel bad because he can't identify quarterbacks. They're not trading Shedeur. Look at the sudden appearance of the procedural operation rumor. Yeah, just crazy. Now go out there and win some games, for real. Be careful. The GM got rid of Flacco and Pickens and bench Dylan. They are holding on to Shedeur because he makes them money. If he was to leave, no more Browns in the news. Oh, they fall right off. Reason they won't trade Shedeur, for real. My bad, Jimi Hendrix. I don't know why my bot got you. Bengals wanted Shedeur last season, but the Browns denied it, so they took Flacco. None of the situation have anything to do with Shedeur. I agree with that. After that press on Saturday, he will never be liked in Cleveland. He won't. First home game, Watson screws up. The fans going to let him have it. I think they're going to let him have it as soon as he hit the field. I think they're going to treat him worse That's just what that's what the history I've seen for Browns fans. And I think they're going to treat them worse because they've already treated them worse. Bengals being Bengals, you know, every team has at least double-digit scouts, and Bengals have 3. Teams are bad because they get in their own way of winning. I agree. And Shador knows that. That's why he's just able to play. After that preseason game, the phone probably ringing for real. And they posted about him in practice. We good on Shador News. Just post about your QB1, Deshaun Watson, for real. Kevin Stefanski was terrible to Shador, so I have no regrets in my comments on Kevin Stefanski. I agree with that. Shador is in Cleveland to start his career. They don't want him in the league, just like DeMar and Jalen. Man, I hope that's not the case. My bot always be coming for you, Jimi Hendrix. Shador has 1 or 2 more years on his contract. He has 3. He signs a 3-year deal. Let me look this up. I'm pretty sure you get a 3-year deal instead of a 4-year. Let me double check though. Let me not tell you wrong. Okay, never mind. I got that wrong. He got 2 more years. They signed a 4-year contract, no 5th-year option on 5th-round pick. So he got 2 more years under contract. Bengals should ask for a trade. Trade Shador in Boston for Burrow, and everybody is happy. No DW. Falcons' best QB is Stefanski's QB room is QB3. Yeah, he messed that up. I heard somewhere they don't want to let Shador go because another team may grab him and he goes somewhere and ball out. For real. So if you have the stress of him going somewhere balling out, that means you know he has potential to be good. How do you feel as a Browns fan? I thought Jerry was bad, but geez. I feel like same old Browns. I feel like before it seems like they were buttoned up. No leaks were getting out. Nobody knew what the Browns' plans were. And at some point, leaks started getting out, stuff started getting out, and then they look like the same old Browns. They look like that. Before training camp, I said this is not the same old Browns. Today, they look like the same old Browns. The same old Browns. That's what they look like to me. They look like the team that can't get out of his own way. They look like the team who is making imaginary hurdles to jump over for no reason. You got a young team. You got a second-year quarterback who showed promise, and you are trying to turn back the clock on Deshaun Watson that don't make sense. I also saw something with quarterbacks that suffer major shoulder injuries. Once they go past 31 years old and they're recovering, it's kind of a wrap. None of them have really done well. So it's even medical reasons why you would just look and say, we should just go young. So I just look at it like same old Browns. Same old Browns, unfortunately. Monken is getting good money to lie. Yeah, because he out there tap dancing all over the place. He addressed that in the presser about his personality. Deshaun Watson did. He did, and he wants to be liked. But people don't like you, and they don't like you. It's not just a button you can switch to get them to like you. Like if they don't like you for off the field reasons, nothing you do on the field is gonna make them like you. So you got to accept that, or you just gonna kind of stall every single time it doesn't go the way you want it to go. It's going to be worse in the runway to the field, throw beers and trash. Yeah, the Browns fans have been brutal. So, I mean, they're not thinking this. Jerry in all the business, but he at least let the best play, for real. Can he request a trade? He can't request a trade. I just don't think he has the leverage with the team where they would let him go. The Browns will have to go silent counts if Deshaun Watson's playing at home because no one will be able to hear over the boos. For real. Somebody, I can't remember who said this comment, but just somebody's propensity to hate. But they'll blow this. That's not the right terminology I want to use. they will cause problems for the offense with booing when they're supposed to be quiet and they will take away that home field advantage while Deshaun is out there because they want to show and prove that they don't like it. Jerry Jeudy, Watson is the agent, were the moles this time. Yep, very clear. D, I'm ready to follow Shador and see if he can go somewhere that isn't this dysfunctional. Rams, Seattle. Man, I would have loved to see him go to the Rams, even the San Francisco 49ers. That wouldn't be bad. Seattle, none of those would be bad. Deshaun said he had numbness in his arm after the first game, but nobody said anything about it. And he was flexing his arm in Saturday's game, too. Fans equal money. Look at how much of both they just lost starting here. Yeah. And now the fans who spent the money are already going to embarrass them. They're going to embarrass them. Browns fan might start tearing the stadium up again. Yeah, it's not going to get better. Watson has Jimmy, and you have to wonder why I keep asking the question, but nobody's picking up what's being put down. Something. As a Falcon fan, if we got Shador, I'd be lit. But Kevin Stefanski there, not going to happen. No Sanders in 21, 1, 12 again. Yeah. The bottom 10 teams had dysfunction ingrained in their politics of football. 10 teams have it together. The rest are lost. We know why we are where we are. I agree with that. And still throwing balls in the dirt today. Man. And now they think he was getting criticized before for his play. They really about to, man, they're going to ramp it up. I'm just going to warn y'all, I'm not going to be a part of it, but you're going to hear stories bringing up his allegations. I believe that people will use that this week. This week, y'all will hear it. How did the Bengals handle the Bears? Honestly, I didn't see no other football, y'all. I only watched the Browns because I was at the game. Then I got back. I did my stream, kicked it with the family on Sunday, and then back here, and I'm back with y'all today. So I haven't seen no other football. I saw maybe 5 throws from Cam Ward. That's about it. Cam Ward, it's looking rough for him. So we're going to see. Looks like Deshaun's arm went numb Saturday when he threw the pass into the dirt in the game. Yeah, because he started flexing it. A doctor said on TikTok live, his shoulder injury will cause numbness after a while. That's crazy that he said that. The doctor was worried about him long term. Man. D, I read the court papers. It's ugly. Tua, man, I'm telling you, people going to bring it up. They're going to bring it up. So, shout out to y'all for letting me get all this off my chest and us going through this together. Shout out to all of y'all. Cam not looking good right now. Cam Ward needs to buy Shador a Rolex. I think he needs to buy Shador a birthday present every year because he gets to be in the shadows. But now that Shador not going to be playing, when they start looking at the other quarterbacks, it's going to be something else. Deshaun Watson going to start being like Marshawn Lynch back in the day here, so I don't get fined, for real. This is crazy. They don't care about the fans. They just misguided. Misguided. This is crazy. They don't care about the fans. It's them. Plus, Browns fans are upset about the money. They already felt like Watson robbed them. Yep. If you notice, years ago they were talking about the money. The clip I showed y'all was from 2 years ago, where they was talking about the money. So it ain't gonna get no better. They do whatever Watson says. I could just hear him whining about not getting reps, and then they spring it on Monken at the last minute, made him look crazy and weak. Yeah, that was the first sign. I was like, I might jump off this train. And I said, I'm off the train once he got to stumbling and fumbling through that presser and couldn't explain why it happened, instead of just saying, hey, we're going to make this change, because he clearly knew, because they let Watson know early. So that just disaster. disaster. So, shout out to the YouTube members. Shout out to the Patreon crew. Patreon, we back at this thing tomorrow. We're going to do a live stream. We're going to break down the film. It's It's gonna be our last Shador film for a little bit. So we definitely gonna break it down tomorrow on Patreon. We're gonna break it down. Let me shout out all the supporters. Thank y'all for all y'all support. Shout out to Black Pearl. Shout out to Shanithia. Shout out to Harrison Sports. Shout out to Tessa. Shout out to Tiger84. Shout out to Keith Hunt, Jersey in the building. Shout out to Through the Fire Podcast. For the triple up, shout out to JB Smooth. Shout out to Black Pearl. Shout out to Black Pearl again. Shout out to Mofo. Shout out to Black Pearl again. Shout out to Shanithia again. Shout out to Misty Johnson. Shout out to Akeem Norwood. Shout out to all of y'all for all y'all support. We're gonna get through this thing. We're gonna see how long this experiment goes. We are going to see how long the experiment goes. We gonna see. Cam coaching staff is not it. They hired 2 fired head coaches. Yeah, it don't look good. Don't look good. It don't look good. Monken has a pattern to his lion. Miles excited to get him in camp. No big deal. He has not talked to him. Trey, who cares about Miles? I tried to draft you today. Operational issues. Just crazy. So now it's Dylan and Green. Yeah. He kind of hinted that one of them might not make the team based on one of them going to be on the practice squad, I believe, based on Thursday's game. So we going to see. We going to see. Shout out to y'all. This has been a amazing vent session. I'm ready to move forward. I see how things could potentially go. And I just don't see light at the end of the tunnel right now. Y'all know I got to be honest with y'all and tell y'all how I'm feeling. So that's what I'm going to do. We're going to see how things go the next couple of days. We're back at this thing on Wednesday. And then Patreon will be live tomorrow for a film breakdown. Shout out to y'all. Keep eliminating the gray. Protect your peace. I'll see y'all soon. Peace, everybody.